All right, we're going live. Hey, everybody out there who's watching. And yeah, so here we are. And I know it's not exactly 8 o'clock, but right now it is 7:51. So we got DJ. How's it going? We got Steven. And I will shoot you a link, Steven, here. I'm actually going to send it via email, Steven. Yeah, that's why that's why I'm going to send you the link via email because I know what's happening on my man Fabio, his stream. But how's everybody doing? And in fact, I think Matt Thomas is going to join up here in a little bit. Let me get a link ready. Hey, can you hear me? Hey, Steven? I can't hear you. Oop. Hey,
Hey, what's up?
not much, man.
Happy birthday, bro. Well, early birthday.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah. I'm trying to change the background here on the stream. Can you hear me? Okay. Wow, Steven just all right. There you go.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, cool. Because there's a problem. You see, I'm borrowing these Bose headphones, and I'm just setting it up with my computer. I'll get my mic up momentarily.
Oh, no problem, man.
I'm not going to say anything about what's happened over there, but yo, dude, crazy shit, right?
I know I didn't expect that. I mean, to unfold.
But anyways, man, how's it hanging, bro?
Pretty good. Just got back from work about an hour ago. Ate dinner real quick, and yeah, just kind of I've been sitting here for a little bit now, and
nice.
So I think Matt is going to join up here.
Cool. Did you send the link to Rambo Raff or Matt Thomas?
Yeah, Matt Thomas. Well, I mean, I kind of made a little video about I was gonna have it tonight.
Yeah, I know.
But if anybody else comes in, I don't know who else is gonna come in.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad you don't have to do jury duty on your birthday, man. That would have sucked.
Yeah, I found out Friday was canceled, and I'm like, yes. I'm like,
thank God.
I know.
Ugh.
I'm trying to.
So I've been doing 31 days of horror recently. I just saw 2 movies that I haven't seen before. I saw Demon Knight, Tales from the Crypt, and Midnight Hour. Seen
really?
any of those?
No, I haven't seen those.
Ah, okay. Demon Knight was really fun. I don't really watch Tales from the Crypt, or at least I didn't when I was a kid. But I thought that movie was really entertaining even without that context. And The Midnight Hour was okay. It's like a made-for-TV film directed by Jack Shoulder, who did Child's Play 3, I think.
Did he also? Yeah. I could be wrong, but didn't he direct The Hidden? Or is that a different director?
I think he did, but I thought that was someone else.
Now you're going to make me look.
Yeah, and I want to look, but I want to say I think he might have.
Yep.
Oh, he did, yeah. Yeah, but it was a made-for-TV film, so it was definitely limited. I give it a 6 out of 10, but Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, I give it an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think that movie is really entertaining. William Sadler's the lead in an action horror movie, so I think that's cool. Super cool. But yeah, let's just talk deep fried awesomeness. Huh?
Who's this deep fried awesomeness? I mean,
never heard of him. Seems cool though.
Do I know you from somewhere? No. Are you?
No, but I have a friend who wants to watch it, so I'm scared that I may have to go to that.
Yeah.
But I'm also kind of curious too, even though Halloween Kills sucked and Halloween 2018 sucked, And no, I'm not going to check out Smile Alter Ego. Smile looks horrible. Smile, I will not see. I don't understand how that movie's getting good reviews. The trailers look fucking. It's The Horror Boy.
The Horror
Different
Boy.
channel
Okay.
name.
Pretty cool.
The Horror Boy. I feel like I've heard that name before, actually.
He's a good guy up here.
Mm-hmm.
But I shot a link to Matt.
Yeah, wait. Didn't you didn't the Horror Boy do like a bunch of I maybe think like Horror Boy 364 something like that?
That might be
Isn't
him,
it?
yeah.
That might be him. I think that's him. If so, how you doing, dude? I think I've seen some of your videos before. But yeah, definitely cool to see you here in Alter and DJ Donnelly as well. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna check out Smile.
Yeah.
The only way I'll see a movie that I don't want to see is if I'm like invited, because I'm not gonna say no to a group thing. But even then, I'm gonna try and like steer them away. Be like, hey, let's try and see something that doesn't suck.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. I didn't see the trailer, but I'm like, why do I want to watch this movie?
I saw too many of the trailers for fucking Smile. It looks horrible.
Did you see what they're doing with the promotion of the film? They're like at these baseball games, they would like put these plants in the crowd that would just smile at the camera. Yeah.
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
I did hear about that. I haven't seen Magic.
Magic?
Yeah, it's like a
the puppet film.
Yeah.
I did not know he's remaking it. We don't need any more remakes, but if Sam Raimi does it, who knows? I heard that film was pretty good as it is, though.
I want to say it was on Tubi for a little bit.
It might have been on Tubi. A lot of cool shit's on Tubi. I'm still just wanted to do a different channel. But like, are you the guy that I'm thinking of? Because I know you reviewed the Crow films, like a few years ago. Because I like your channel, dude. I just want to make sure I'm thinking of the same guy.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Hellraiser trailer. When do you think to become?
Maybe Spider-Man 3. After that.
I like Spider-Man 3, even though it has issues. I know I'm in the minority. But yes, I realize it has issues. I'd rather watch that Topher Grace Venom than Tom Hardy Venom any day of the week, though.
Really?
Yeah, I know it's a hot take. I will watch Topher Grace's Venom over Tom Hardy. Because even though Topher Grace was not a good Venom, Tom Hardy was a horrible Venom. That's just how it is for me.
I don't care for either, but I'm interested in like why do you prefer Topher Grace to more of the Tom?
Because it's not because I prefer Topher Grace. I actually think his performance is a little bit weak, but at least he kind of stuck to the story of being a reporter that got mad at Peter, that he lost his job and lost a lot of things. And it sort of like felt into that, sort of like he felt like Eddie Brock, whereas Tom Hardy was like this goofball, journalist that ends up screwing everything. And his relationship with Venom himself is horrible because Venom's not like this buddy type. He isn't a goofball, and I don't like that about him. And I just think that their relationship doesn't work. And I think Tom Hardy being known as like the good guy on the street, not really necessary. And it just didn't work. So it's not that I like Topher Grace. It's just that I rather it's just that I rather the other Venom, Topher Grace.
I can't stand the comedy of those movies because I always think back to the scene with him in the lobster tank, and I'm like,
no, I always think back to this thing of him jumping into the lobster tank and eating the lobster. It's horrible. And you know what? Let There Be Carnage was even worse.
Yeah,
it was even worse.
Even Woody Harrelson, I didn't mind, but it's not enough.
I didn't like Woody Harrelson as Carnage at all because I thought that they tried to humanize him, and Cletus Cassidy isn't really a humanizable character. He's kind of a scumbag piece of shit. You seem like a Colo guy, Steven. What's your channel, dude? So, big warning here. If you go to my channel, you are going to see some content of where I was doing some projects for school, and they're a little cringy. One was how to clean a toilet because I had to do tutorial videos, so just letting you know. There was no shit in the toilet. I'm just saying.
Sure.
Yeah. And then the other one was my short film I did for film class, which wasn't great, but I did it, and I'm proud of it. But I'm gonna work on making up content soon. I'm just trying to figure out my own style and figure out what makes me distinctive. Actually, let me turn on my light real quick because it's really dark in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 second. 1 secundo. But RJ, man, I appreciate that. I've seen you and Alter in the chat before at Fabio streams, and you guys seem like cool dudes.
Robert Zemeckis.
I don't know. Let me think about his decline, because I mean, well, I don't know. I
Great
mean,
director.
he is a really good director. Oh,
Well,
and Bobby,
Pinocchio hasn't helped. That's for sure.
he directed Pinocchio.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah.
Okay, then that's probably his decline. You see, because I have a list of movies I refuse to watch, and Pinocchio's on there.
Maybe. A Christmas Carol I haven't seen. I haven't seen Flight. The Walk was really good.
I like Flight. Flight's a good drama with Denzel.
But I just don't think maybe he gets the right projects, or I don't know what it is.
I don't think it's so much as that they're making horrible movies nowadays, even though Pinocchio looks awful. I just think it's a matter of that their movies become less remarkable over time. Like, look at Steven Spielberg. You know, and maybe it's because of what they did before. That's why they're ranked up so high. But look at Steven Spielberg. He made Jaws. He made Close Encounters, which Close Encounters I haven't seen yet. He made Jurassic Park. He made all these innovative films that were great. And then, like, the 2000s to 2010s, he sort of, like, skimpered down, except Sean Little. And, you know, I just think it's a matter of just being less big and being a little bit more, I don't want to say it, but generic, really.
He may have peaked, if you really think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd say
Spielberg peaked. I would say his peak was around the King of the Crystal Skull time, maybe a little bit after that. It's just that, and, you know, maybe it's the fact that he made so many movies that some are just going to be left in the pile being forgettable. Like, I didn't see Bridge of Spies. I didn't see The Post. I didn't see this and that. Because, I mean, I get it. He's trying to do all these nice dramas, historical stuff, but I don't know. I kind of want that whole Spielberg magic back. Maybe he should just retire. It's not because he's a bad director, but it's like eventually you do something too much, and you keep trying to innovate. And I get that. You should always strive for greatness, but at the same time, he hasn't reached he's peaked. You know what I mean? He's kind of creamed out. He's already where he's at. Now I have heard good things about Minority Report and stuff like that, and I do want to check those out, but you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I mean, the same thing with Zemeckis. I mean, The Walk was really good, but I don't know. It seems like since The Polar Express or A Christmas Carol, I think that's sometime in there is when he peaked, probably.
Yeah, I would say so too, because again, it's just you do this so long and you do a bunch of similar kind of movies over time, you become just a style and it becomes a little bit too much. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. It's like why even do the Pinocchio movie?
Uh-huh.
Oh, what were you going to say? Yeah.
No, I just recognize you, Deep Fried Awesomeness. Yes, I know. I do know who you are. You are the one that makes those channels. I recognized you in like the affiliate channels. But anyways, as I was saying, what's up, dude? But yeah, you were saying, John?
Oh, no. What? I forgot. But I did put the link in the chat for anybody.
But that's my whole point is that you do it so much, like Robert Zemeckis, he peaked. And there's nothing wrong with peaking. Sometimes it's like Quentin Tarantino. He only wants to make 10 movies and he's done. He says that he doesn't want any more or any less. And I think that's a smart way to do it, even though financially that's probably not good for you to just sit on 10 movies and not make any more money.
I forgot he directed the Witches remake that came out a year or two ago.
Really?
So yeah, that has like
I didn't even want to watch that.
That gets a 5.3 in IMDb. Pinocchio gets a 5.1. It's like they're hiring because it's Zemeckis. I don't think he really
It's because it's a popular name, but they give him a bad script. And you give him, a bad crew, then anything can happen. Just because it's a good director doesn't mean that it's going to be a good film. Speaking of remakes and stuff, I saw your Munsters review. That was hilarious.
Oh, man, that was horrible.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. You started off like, this is a train wreck. Imagine a big neon train wreck directed by Rob Zombie. I've seen more Rob Zombie movies than I should, and they're all awful, quite frankly. All the ones that I've seen, all three of them, because that's all I could handle. The Halloween remakes were awful. House of a Thousand Corpses was a dead-smelling corpse, in my opinion. Yeah. So, if you ask me, I think that Rob Zombie, he needs to kind of stop. That's funny, dude. That is funny.
Someone said, I don't know if it was Matt or Fabio or Mike, or they said that It's the Blu-ray at Walmart's like $14 now.
Oh, good God. Oh, good. And that's Walmart we're talking about. The fact that Walmart's carrying that movie shows you how bad it's fallen. Because I don't know if you know, but Walmart, like, their selection of films sucks now. On
Yeah.
a side note, it's nothing but DVDs. It's disgusting.
It's a lot of the straight to video $5 movies.
And a lot of them have Tom Sizemore or Steven Seagal.
Yeah, as the lead, or John Schneider, or
John Cusack. Because for some reason his career downhilled.
Or sometimes Mel Gibson, sometimes Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to see if we missed any comments.
I don't know if I want him to, because I feel like Seth MacFarlane, as much as I love and respect the guy, I feel like he's gone downhill a little bit. I mean, I'd love to meet him. I'd love to ask him about Family Guy. I don't want to say downhill. It sounds bad since I like his work. I just feel like it wouldn't work as well. But I like that one episode that he had with Peter where Ryan Reynolds was like fawning over Peter Griffin. It was really hilarious. And I agree. Get some Blu-rays. They ain't got to be 4K Deep Fried Awesomeness. I agree. Oh, no. Johnny Jerry just gave us... No, The Crow's already wrapped up filming. Good God. Why?
Oh, God. Yeah, I did hear about that.
Well,
why?
At first I was glad to hear that the Crow remake wasn't going to happen. At first I was glad to hear that because The Crow's my favorite film.
Mm-hmm.
But then they recasted it with Bill Skarsgård, which you still don't need. And I told you that, yeah, Horror Boy. I remember I commented on one of your Crow videos and I said that the Crow remake got canceled. But apparently what happened was they canceled Momoa, who was initially, supposed to be led, and they replaced him with Bill Skarsgård. Well, one of the Skarsgårds. I don't know.
Isn't it funny how, like, we haven't seen any behind-the-scenes pictures? Like, it was just one and done. It's filmed quick. And we
haven't seen any stills or images of any of them in the outfit with the makeup. We haven't seen, like, any scenes of that.
Is this going to be straight to Tubi?
And I agree, TJ Donnelly. Remaking The Crow's insulting. I've always said, why remake Brandon Lee's movie? Why not remake City of Angels?
Yeah,
because City of Angels has gone down for me. I used to like that film, but now I kind of don't. Which I feel bad because I like some things about it. Don't remake Brandon Lee's movie. Remake bad movies. That's I've always wanted. That's what I always say. But the only reason Hollywood doesn't listen is because a good movie brings a good box office. And years down the line, people remember it, and that's why. Which is sad, but
because it makes sense.
It makes sense to them, and it's sad. But the remake. But yeah, I mean,
I haven't seen The Witches, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Me neither. But interesting. I don't know. I hope it's good. I am too, dude. I am too, and I liked your reviews of them on your Horror Boy channel. But I mean, City of Angels has kind of gone down for me. Salvation, I still like. I still think Salvation's a good movie. I still think it has. I still think it has good moments. I think rest in peace, Fred Ward. Really, I mean that. Very sad that we lost him, but I think Fred Ward could have been a better written villain. And that's nothing against his acting. That's just, what it is. And no problem, dude. It's surprising to see. That's all. The day they remake Mrs. Doubtfire, I'm gonna lose it. I hope they never do. The day they remake Good Will Hunting is the day that I know that Hollywood doesn't have souls.
Isn't that something that you were just talking about that and my camera blurred up? See, even Rob, like we were talking about Mrs. Doubtfire remake and suddenly my camera blurred up. So my camera,
not even your camera likes it.
Yeah.
And yes, City of Angels, I know the studio interference with Weinstein. I used to like that film, but it has gone down for me. If they release a director's cut and they show all the deleted scenes and it ends up being a better movie, maybe I'll like it again, but I just don't know. It's so broken.
I was about to say about Mrs. Doubtfire for a second. Will they even do that nowadays because people would find it offensive?
I think they wouldn't because I think Robin Williams, couldn't talk. Robin Williams is just too much of a remembered icon. It would kind of be a little bit, that'd be too hot to touch. They wouldn't want to disrespect Robin Williams. But then again, Then again,
they did Aladdin. Yeah,
they not only did they do Aladdin, they made sequels to Jumanji.
that's true.
So, and this was after he died. So, Hollywood really doesn't care. Should they make
Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh God. Again, legacy sequels and remakes. This is a trend that needs to stop.
I'll be honest, I didn't care for it. I saw the film, but I didn't really care much for it.
Hocus Pocus 2 or Hocus Pocus 1?
Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't even that great. And Retro Scotty, what's up, man?
I'll put a link in the or do you prefer email Scotty if you would like to come in?
All of this is just not necessary. This is like I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, I get it. It makes sense from a business point of view, but at the end of the day, there's always going to be backlash. People are always going to, well, I can't speak for people's opinions, but most of the time, people like us will remember the originals more. Very rarely does a remake surpass the original, unless it's The Thing or Scarface, which in those cases, The Thing and Scarface they were their own movies.
Yeah, they're going to be forgotten.
I didn't like Welcome to the Jungle, so I didn't bother with Next Level. I thought Welcome to the Jungle was cringy, and Next Level did not look appealing. Thoughts on all the Star Wars projects? Okay, so for me, you guys probably don't know my thoughts, but my thoughts on them are originals, classics, love them. I don't own them on Blu-ray because I don't want to own the edited versions. I have a hard drive with the original versions of them that were despecialized, not with the CGI editions. I like the prequels. I've grown to appreciate the prequels. I've always loved Episode 3 as a kid as well. Episode 3 used to be my favorite. The mainline Disney films, don't really like them, especially not Rise of Skywalker. Force Awakens brought promise, but it was ruined by the other films, and even then it had issues. Solo, never liked it. Thought it was bland. Didn't think Solo needed a backstory like that. And Rogue One's the only good one. And I will stand by that one still, because Rogue One, I think, is distinctive, and I think it actually feels like a Star Wars film. So Rogue One, I consider canon. For me, Star Wars ended at Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that's true. I love the originals, the prequels. Out of the three, Revenge of the Sith, and I don't care for the Disney Star Wars.
Yeah. And then the shows, I don't need that many shows. Unless it was, I want to see Rebels, and I like Clone Wars. But other than that, I don't need any more.
I don't mind The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian, I mean, yeah, but I mean, eventually, I'm sure they're going to, something, I don't know. Knowing Disney, things start out good initially, but then they just go bad.
Yeah, so, I mean think about it. Who's talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi now?
No one. I mean, look, a good friend of mine tells me it's good, but it just doesn't look good. It does not need it. And also, the Obi-Wan show apparently, it's misrepresenting the character of Obi-Wan, and it's not really what people, and I get it, Hayden Christensen's back, but I'm not interested in Obi-Wan. And Andor, I like Rogue One, but I don't need to see Andor. It's just not necessary. Not every character needs a sideshow. That's something that needs to stop. I like spinoffs, but holy shit, everything's getting a spinoff. Look at how this sounds. Rogue One was a spinoff, and then one of the characters from that movie got a spinoff. How fucking ridiculous does that sound? Yeah, Sean Little, I think Rogue One's a good film. And Rogue One is actually an opposite take, because I used to not like it, and then I've grown to appreciate it. So that's one of those things where it's actually gotten better for me.
I saw it once, but I can't remember anything about it. It would require another watch for me.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I get it. Look, some people don't like it, and some people may not find it memorable, but I personally think it's really damn good. And I like the characters in that one a lot. It feels Star Wars. It feels genuine, which is something you can't say about the newer ones.
Yeah, future Planet of the Apes.
God. And I like the Matt Reeves trilogy, but we do not need more Planet of the Apes.
Hey, Uriel.
There's a CGI talking fox.
That's all you need to know.
I'm done. I'm fucking done.
I think Robert Zemeckis is done, even though he's apparently directing another movie with Tom Hanks.
Why?
It's a drama.
But that's another thing. And I love Tom Hanks. I'm not trying to shit on the man. I'm really not. But I wish he would get more creative roles outside of
Yeah.
remakes and dramas. That's what he's been doing a lot.
But didn't you see?
I did see Elvis, and I want to talk about that real quick. I saw that a few nights ago. Really enjoyed it. But Tom Hanks's performance...
It's weird.
It's too weird. The character of the Colonel, I get that he was probably not a nice guy. He was too much like a mustache, even though he didn't have a mustache twirling type. His accent was bad. His accent was not
He
good.
was one step away from Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah.
Like a German Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
But I like the edit. And also, I agree with you. The few scenes with the pop music, especially like when Elvis is in that purple car going down the street and rap music's playing, that doesn't match.
Belong to the movie.
It does not belong. But other than that, I really enjoyed the film. I think out of all the based off a true story rock stars, that was probably the best one. I thought it moved at a really good pace actually for a almost 3 hour film. But
it's
yeah,
like a what's the term? Like a breakneck? No, it's like a roller coaster.
It's like a roller coaster because the editing's flashy. You know, Elvis himself was flashy, which I know he was in real life with the whole wiggling and everything. But it was a very creative film. And I liked it. I can't say if it was completely accurate since I don't know, but I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I would not mind. I actually would like to get that on Blu-ray soon.
Yeah, we watched it again on Blu-ray, and it was great. I mean, the theater experience is really good too. Mm-hmm. But
instead of canceling and destroying backwards, they should. Maybe get rid of both of them.
Well, how much did the Crow remake cost? Or have they? I don't think they have mentioned a budget.
Let's look that up.
But
I hope that does not come out soon. Because it is October and Devil's Night is in October. So that's what I'm worried about.
But
so let's see.
But
apparently the budget was $50 million.
Really?
Well, that's what it says right here on IMDb. Let me just double check. Well, it's 50. Well, actually, no. On MovieWeb.com, it says it's 40 million right here.
Oh, really? 40?
And they got a director named Javier Gutierrez. What the fuck is this guy even done? Let's see. Let's see who they got for this remake. Also, another thing, Alex Proyas brought a distinctive style to the film that can't be replicated.
No, because I have a feeling this guy.
He probably directed some crap. Well, okay. He directed Marshland, which I want to watch. But you know what else he directed? The Assassin's Creed movie. So.
Oh, we saw that movie?
No, I did not, but it does not look good. He also directed a bunch of stuff I've never heard of. A lot of it Spanish television, Spanish films. I don't know. I don't think this is necessary. What do you think?
I think they should just keep it. I mean, just stop it. There's been so many attempts to, remake this movie, and
it's always sucked.
Stop. Yeah.
I mean, the only bad one is Great Gatsby. Thoughts on that one? I haven't seen it yet.
Haven't seen it.
I heard DiCaprio's good in it. I want to see Moulin Rouge though. That one looks fun. But I hear Baz Luhrmann, like you said in your review, he's like really over the top. Well, from what you saw and from what I saw in Elvis, his style is really flashy, very over the top, and he's directed a lot of music movies. So Elvis was a good fit for him, I think.
Yeah, like I wasn't expecting that kind of style, and I think it really worked.
I thought it was going to be more formulaic, like the rise and downfall of Elvis is not the way that I thought it was going to be portrayed in the movie. It's a little bit different. I mean, if they kind of cut out maybe, well, I know it's going to sound bad. Maybe just get a different actor for the Colonel, or maybe just tell Tom Hanks to go easy on it,
or stop the accent. I mean,
stop the accent. He sounded like a German Foghorn Leghorn. That is the best way to describe him.
I noticed too, like in interviews, whenever Tom Hanks was asked about Elvis, like it seems like he didn't want to talk about it much.
Interesting.
Like I don't know
You
if
think he
that's
doesn't? Looking back, he doesn't like it. His performance.
maybe that's the case.
His performance.
But it just seems
Mm.
like I don't know. He doesn't really talk about his performance. I mean, really, for me, for that film, Austin Butler was the highlight. To me,
Austin Butler,
yeah,
for me, was the best performance of the film.
yeah,
And it's crazy how good he looks as Elvis. He looks just like him, almost.
yeah.
He looks insane. And I know he was a Nickelodeon star. I think prior to that, I think he was on Zoe 101. I could be wrong, but that is like a career-making performance. He was fantastic as Elvis. And you know what's crazy? His accent, that sort of Southern Elvis accent, was better than Tom Hanks's accent as the German Colonel.
Yeah, whatever he was
Yeah.
trying to go for.
Also, I kind of wish we knew a little bit more about the Colonel. Like, why keep his backstory so secret until the very end?
Yeah,
Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's as necessary. Deep fried Elvis is really good. I mean, it was a little bit long, but towards like the midway point, it didn't feel too long. It feels like an hour less than what it was, but that's still 2 hours if that makes sense.
yeah. It
Yeah.
really goes by though.
It does. It does. But I just think that, if they maybe change it up a little bit with the accent and mind you, again, in case anyone's wondering, I don't know Elvis's music that well either. So I can't comment on what my favorite song is. I have to really think about that. I know my
Probably.
dad is a massive Elvis fan though.
I have to think about that one. There's a few good ones that I
But
really
what
enjoyed.
really piqued my curiosity was Elvis's film career.
Yeah,
Because I really want to see Flaming Star. I don't know about you, but that movie looks good.
I haven't seen it.
Because they were just like they hinted at it in the movie and it looked good. I hear some of his movies were kind of iffy. Like I heard
Yeah.
some of Elvis's film career was a little bit hit or miss, but I'm curious about Flaming Stars and like King Creole and films like that. And coincidentally, when that film came out, Paramount released a lot of the Elvis movies on Blu-ray for the first time.
Really?
So because I think they released King Creole and I think Blue Hawaii on Blu-ray. I know King Creole. I don't know about Blue Hawaii, but they did release a couple of the Elvis movies on Blu-ray because before that, only Flaming Star was one of the few that was on Blu-ray from Twilight Time, I think.
Beethoven? It'd be CGI.
He'll be a CGI freaking dog, like Clifford.
Yeah, like Call of the Wild. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I think I used to read the books too.
Yeah, they're doing it.
They are. I mean, from what I hear, Harrison Ford's heart is in it, but I don't think that we need another Indiana Jones film. Indiana Jones ended 3 times. Let's be realistic, because at Last Crusade, they ride off in the sunset, and in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, he gets married. So
what's going to happen here? Because I heard the rumor is that apparently he might get lost in time.
Oh God, the time travel. Is he going to meet the Doctor from Doctor Who? Is he going to meet Marty McFly?
Yeah.
Is that going to happen?
Is he going to hop into the DeLorean
and shot 1.21 gigawatts?
Yeah.
Like Christopher Lloyd, like Doc Brown.
Good. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, if they go that if they go that direction, I may watch it. But
you think Phantasm will ever get remade? I hope not. I really do hope not. Speaking of remakes, Hellraiser came out recently, and I don't want to see it.
Have you heard anything about it?
I heard that it's a little bit different in the sense that it's more in line. Well, Clive Barker's involved apparently with the production, and apparently, like they introduced a new Cenobite. I forget the name of it, but I heard that it has good atmosphere and good production values, but I don't see the point in a new Hellraiser film. I know that it's from the director of The Night House, which is really good, though.
I still haven't seen Phantasm.
Phantasm's really good. I enjoy the first film the most. Then I'll say my second favorite is the third one. And then controversial, my third favorite is the fourth film. And the second film is my fifth favorite. I know it's probably going to raise some hairs. I like the second film, but I don't love it like most people do. I think it's a little slow. What do you think is better, Assassin's Creed? I wanted to play Odyssey. The last Assassin's Creed game, the only Assassin's Creed game I've ever beaten is 3, which wasn't very good. So yeah.
Never played
Indiana
them.
Jones, huh?
I've never played Assassin's Creed.
I like the combat, but I don't know. There's just so many. I want to play. I really wanted to play Syndicate when it came out, but and
Yeah,
Indiana Jones,
I'll take that
Kingdom of-
movie. Yeah,
That'd be funny. That'd be funny. Let me see. Did someone text me? Nah.
Multiverse Adventures. Yeah.
Maybe.
He'll bump into Doctor Strange.
It'll be the Multiverse of Jones instead of the multi.
That's
Okay,
great.
well, that's good. That's the best conclusion we could have hoped for. Happy. I want to ask too, but I don't. Wait, that's 33?
Yeah.
You're 33?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I thought you were like 20 or something.
No.
Interesting.
Why
Sorry,
is that?
No. I thought you were 20. I legit did.
It's the Ralph Macchio effect. That's what it is. Yeah. Him and I were drinking the same fountain.
Yeah, maybe he found the fountain of youth like Tom Cruise did or something. But yeah, no. Well, congrats on your 33rd tomorrow.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna just sit back and not do
Chill. Oh my god, dude. Going to Jury Dirty on your birthday, that would have been bad.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been like a quick process, but I'm like, just get me out of here, please.
Did you get yourself anything? Any family got you anything? Or
They took me out to Outback last night.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Had a great time.
That's cool. Outback has good food. Indiana Jones and Deadpool. Oh my god. And then they're gonna break the fourth wall all the fucking time. And they're gonna crack jokes. And then Indy's gonna join the Avengers. That's how fucking ridiculous it's gonna be.
He'll join Deadpool 3.
He'll join Deadpool 3 because apparently Hugh Jackman's coming back also. Did you hear about that?
About that? Yeah, I did hear about that.
I don't think it's necessary. We do not need Hugh Jackman coming back. I love him. I love Wolverine, but his story ended in Logan. Logan ended. His story is done.
Because they explained it in the video. Well, this is going to happen before Logan, but at the same time, it just feels like an idea that's like 4 years too late.
Exactly. If he was going to be in the movie before Logan, why didn't he just do that before Deadpool? I mean, after Deadpool and before Logan. Like, I don't understand that. Also, even though this is before Logan, I feel like just seeing him again would feel a little bit less conclusive to the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seeing him die, then seeing him come back from the past, even though he's not dead yet, just feels weird. I don't think it's necessary. And honestly, I mean, I'm a little bit worried for him. Hey, Scotty.
What's going on, guys?
Not much.
How you doing, man?
No, thank you, man. Yeah, we were just talking about Deadpool 3 and
yeah, all that other fun stuff.
What's going on with Deadpool 3?
Also,
bring back Hugh Jackman.
Interesting.
And I heard that I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that he's gonna have the yellow suit in this movie.
Interesting, the classic Wolverine look. Let's see if they can pull it off. And also, is it going to be rated R or PG-13 in Disney?
Now it's Disney, who knows? But I don't know. That I'm worried about. Disney meddling with Deadpool's humor and maybe toning down the gore. Yeah. That's a little bit worrisome.
I wonder if they'll try to make it PG-13 on purpose.
That's probably what they do. And I did not like Multiverse of Madness. I did. Multiverse of Madness is good. But it definitely felt like it definitely feels like after this, well, we're kind of spinning our wheels a little bit too much with the MCU. But that's just me. I heard it was a little bit too depressing, but Ana de Armas is really pretty. Really pretty.
She's a good actress.
She's a beauty too.
She's a good actress, but I felt like, in No Time to Die that they should have given her more to do.
Yeah.
Well, No Time to Die wasn't already a good film, but I feel like if they gave Ana de Armas a bigger role, it would have been better.
Yeah, I think we're caught up with the comments.
Thoughts on David O. Russell? That guy's a
Russell.
fucking creep, but he's a good director.
Is that the guy that directed American Hustle?
Yeah, but he's a creep.
How is he creep?
Because he molested his niece when she was like going through some sort of transitioning phase, and that's really weird. I think.
Is this
and-
thing confirmed?
Well, there was a police report, but they said that that he said that he denied it and his niece was lying, but I don't believe it. I think that he's a creep. I mean, most people, I don't believe allegations. I'm a little bit like, it may be true, it may not be true, but I've also just heard that behind the scenes of certain films that he was kind of a dick. Like I heard on Three Kings, he got into like a huge like thing with George Clooney. I heard him and George Clooney did not get along for that film.
And he's directing this new movie, Amsterdam, right?
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Yeah, I think Rami
Robbie.
Malek's in that one. I think.
And Chris Rock and
Yeah,
Margot
Chris Rock.
Robbie. Interesting.
It's
cast.
good to see. It's good to see Chris Rock get roles though. Yeah. So Scotty, have you seen any good movies lately, dude?
Actually, I haven't seen any movies for weeks, actually, so I don't know.
Oh.
I might see The Barbarian if I get a chance. I've heard some interesting things about it.
I want to check out Barbarian too. Wildman saw it, I think. Definitely. Yeah. Fuck David O. Russell.
I think didn't he also direct Joy? I think too. They had Jennifer.
I
Lawrence?
believe he did.
me
Yeah,
see
because
what
he
else
worked
he
with
directed.
Jennifer Lawrence on Silver Linings Playbook, which Silver Linings Playbook is actually a good film, though. I will say that. That's a good
Yeah,
film.
Chris
Silver
Tucker
Linings.
was in that film.
All right, Bruce Willis's rep debunks reports of actors selling his likeness for deepfakes.
What?
Yeah.
No, wait, repeat it again.
Bruce Willis's representatives debunk reports of actors selling his likeness for deepfakes.
Oof.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yep.
When do you think Mike Myers will be casted as Dr. Oh my God, Mike Myers! Talk about a guy that needs, because Alter's comment. Talk about a guy that needs like a new comeback or something like
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser. I'm glad Brendan Fraser's making a comeback. By the way,
We still haven't seen a trailer for The Whale.
I know. I haven't. It hasn't been released yet, but
Yeah,
I
I think advertised that movie, but
I like the director of the movie. I forget his name. The one who did Requiem for a
Darren
Dream.
Aronofsky.
Yeah, he's a little morbid, but I like his style. I think he has some. I think he makes some pretty good movies.
did y'all like Mother or did you like Mother?
I like Mother, believe it or not. I know it sounds controversial. I think that was a good film. I think that it was creepy. I think he had an interesting way of depicting his thoughts on religion. And while he may have gone a little bit over the top in some areas, especially like with the shit that was happening in the house, I thought it was a good film. Yeah, I really liked Mother. But I know that's not like a popular opinion.
I still haven't seen that or The Wrestler. I know you directed those movies.
I did not see The Wrestler, but Requiem for a Dream and Mother I enjoy. Oh, Johnny Jerry, yeah. Again, it's not an easy watch. Oh my God, Rob Zombie. Tomatoes are gonna somehow the killer tomatoes are gonna be white trash, even though they're fruits, and they're gonna be cursing all the time.
And Cherry Moon Zombie's going to play a tomato.
Cherry Moon Zombie's gonna be the queen tomato.
Yeah.
Why is he?
Or surprisingly, Rob Zombie's going to make it family friendly, but still really shitty.
Just look at the monsters. I mean, look how
You
bad that
said
turned out.
that the monsters, there was no vulgarity in the film.
I mean, it's a PG movie, but it still sucks. I mean, it's not funny. It's ugly. Well, production sets are interesting, and there's some cool lighting in there, but that's it.
I mean, it says something when the film's already at the Walmart bargain bin. So.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, because apparently, from what I'm hearing from John, the movie's like it's now $14.99 at Walmart, which is hilarious.
The Blu-ray.
Johnny Jerry, I understand if you don't like Mother. It's a very kind of like a hard watch, and some people may think it's too ridiculous. I enjoyed it personally. I think that it's an interesting take. Cherry Moon Zombie, as for her, why does Rob Zombie keep putting her in every single movie? Like, why?
I asked myself that question.
Like, I don't get it. I do not get it.
I guess it's an ego boost. I guess
Maybe it is. Be like, hey guys, I have this
My
really
wife.
great wife, and she can act. But
hey, give my wife some validation. That's probably what he's.
She was terrible as a Lily Monster.
have Ghost Rider drag to hell. Have Spawn rip the skin off. Have Hellboy punch with Demon Head. Have Black Canary stream at.
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
anything about Danny Masterson, so I guess just have Hellboy punch him. I don't know anything about him personally. Actually, who is Danny Masterson?
From the 70s show.
Yeah, wasn't he involved? Like, didn't he supposedly assault somebody? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
I don't know the full story.
Kevin Smith can have his can be screamed at. Victor Salva can be dragged to hell, and David O. Russell can have his skin ripped off.
I'll go with that.
Honestly, I think Victor Salva should have his skin ripped off and dragged to hell.
That would be ideal. That would be ideal, actually.
Yep.
Wouldn't be surprised if Peter Dinklage got casted for future Rob Zombie movies. No, that's another thing. And apparently Peter Dinklage is going to be the Toxic Avenger. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Peter Dinklage as the Toxic Avenger. Are you kidding me?
Is that still happening?
I think so.
Short in stature, but with a heart of gold, right?
And I don't care what anyone says. I like Trauma. I don't care if that makes me look dumb. I like Trauma. But I don't want to see Toxic Avenger be remade. I just don't think it's necessary. Yeah, originally Arnold was going to be cast in it, but he dropped out of it. And now Peter Dinklage is going to be in it. Kevin Bacon might be in the movie, from what I hear. And yeah, I just don't think it's necessary. And then Wildman. Oh, John, send the invite for Daniel Craig.
Yeah, I'm going to invite Daniel Craig where I at it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, if you come in here, Daniel Craig will come.
Yes.
Does this mean that Chad Counston might make an appearance too?
Oh, God, no.
Please, you have to have Chad Castleton in this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
I mean, we all loved his announcement video recently.
Yes.
That was funny.
He'll be back.
Does anyone actually plan on seeing the new Olivia Wilde movie at all?
I have.
Oh, Don't Worry, Darling? No, not really. Looks bad.
Escape from New York is a great movie, classic.
I love Escape from New York.
Yep, I got the screen.
I think Escape from New York is awesome. Yeah, classic. Isaac Hayes as the villain, Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yep, you got Andre Bavaro, you got Harry Dean Stanton, Tom Atkins.
Adrian Barbaro was so hot in that film. It was ridiculous.
She definitely had a wreck on her for sure.
Definitely.
And what was his name? Is it Charles? No, Lee Van Cleef.
Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah, Lee Van Cleef.
In that small role, I loved him in that movie too. Even though he had a minor role in it, but I liked him in it.
But Wild Man Beyond, if you're watching, Matt Thomas is supposed to come on, and I don't know what happened.
I hope he does end up coming on. That'd be cool.
We talked about an hour ago, so hopefully he'll be on. Great singer. Sad to hear.
Very sad. Mm-hmm. Also, what was I going to think about? What was I saying before? What was I lost the thought. Let me think. Oh, going back to Don't Worry, Darling. Yeah, that does not look interesting, especially since I didn't like her other film. What was it called?
Greetings. Hey, happy birthday.
Wild Man, how are you, man?
I'm great. I'm great. Happy birthday to you.
We were just
how's Mars? How's Mars?
How old are you now?
Oh,
33.
Horror Boy's asking if he wants to join.
You're getting up there. You got time.
John.
Yeah.
Horror Boy's asking if he wants to join.
Oh, by the way, I love Escape from New York. That's my favorite action movie of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a great movie, though. I love it.
That got me into John Carpenter. That movie is the reason why John Carpenter is my favorite director.
That's a good reason to like. I cannot blame you. Is John Carpenter
another reason why I like John Carpenter? Because he doesn't just do horror; he does everything. He does.
No, he does. He does martial arts. He does sci-fi. He does horror. He does. Technically, from what I've seen technically, Escape from New York feels like in a post-apocalyptic. Well, No, Vampires feels like a Western. I've only seen like the first
Did
30
you know
minutes of
that vampires? I think. I mean, Ghost of Mars. That was supposed to be a Snake Plissken movie. Escape from
Really?
Mars.
Yeah, I've never heard about that
You
one.
mean
time.
Ghost from Mars?
Yeah,
Ghost from Mars. Okay.
But we
I never
Well,
had that problem in Mars. Thank
Speaking of
God.
vampires, I've only seen the first 30 minutes. That's a movie got to go back and finish.
Which is funny because you mentioned that because Thomas Ian Griffith, Terry Silver's in that movie,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
He's
I
a
remember him in
villain.
it.
but he
And
was
then I
more
remember-
scary on Cobra Kai than he was in that movie.
I remember one of the
Really?
villains. I remember one of the bikers from Sons of Anarchy was in the beginning of Vampires. I can't remember his name, but he was in it. And then I mean, it looked badass. I liked the little house raid in the beginning of the movie. And then
What,
when the head vampire was fucking everyone up in the little motel room when they were partying. Again, I haven't finished it yet, so
I
have to
love
go
the
back
theme
and get
song.
through it.
I love the theme song at the end. I love the theme song. John Carpenter's underrated scores. Best great
Didn't-
theme song.
Didn't they make 2 sequels to it or something
Yeah.
like that?
No, wait, did they?
I heard that.
I know they
I
made
think
one-
they did a sequel with John Bon Jovi, or maybe that was the sequel
Yeah.
to From Dusk Till Dawn. I know Robert Patrick was in the From Dusk Till Dawn remake.
Well, speaking of James Woods, what do you guys feel about Videodrome?
I wanna
never
see it.
saw that
I
movie.
wanna
have
see
to
it.
see it.
I haven't seen it either.
Cronenberg's
see
a
that.
director that I really want to get into since I love Shivers and I like Rabid.
Don't forget The
Um,
Fly.
Actually,
Fly's great.
speaking of The Fly, I'm going to be seeing that for the first time this month.
That's the first movie I'm going to watch to get into the Halloween vibe.
The first movies I've seen so far for October is, do you want to hear it? I already told John. Is
Elvis?
Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night, Elvis. Well, that's not the horror movie, but yeah, I saw that. Actually, no, I saw it in September. And then I saw Midnight Hour today before the stream.
Have you ever watched Tales from the Crypt, the show?
I haven't seen the show, but the movie I really like, Demon Night. And I like that Crypt Keeper character.
There
He
was a
fun.
Tales from the Crypt movie. Actually,
Yeah.
if you think about it, they're all based off those comic books. Because Creep Show that was basically based on those comic books. If you look at the font, it's similar to Tales from the Crypt. So Tales from the Crypt is like Creep Show in the way. And then now they got this new Creep Show show. It's like they took all those comic books and kept calling them Creep Show, but then they had Tales from the Crypt, and now it's kind of a connection right there.
Which is interesting because I didn't know that comics like that or horror like that was like popular in comic books back in the day. But
Oh yeah, they were.
apparently with Tales from the Crypt and Creep Show, apparently that was like the rise of like horror comics of that type. Or
Have you guys
did
seen
it-
the new Creep Show?
the show?
No.
I have not
No.
watched.
On Shudder? No.
I hear it's really good. I hear
They
it's a lot-
definitely Cobra Kai the shit out of that show. They really
I
brought
hear
it
it's
back
really-
to what made it great.
Now this is going to be a deciding factor for me. Is this true? Is it true that most of it's practical?
Yeah, it seems practical to me. Yeah, it looks great, and they really went nostalgia. They went back to the first two films. They really pay homage to those. They definitely Cobra Kai the shit out of that show. I don't know. I hope they get another season. I'm not sure, but
I think they're making a season 3, or they already made it, or something like that. Or
I'll watch it because I'm loving that show. They really definitely Cobra Kai that show. I'm telling you.
well, for this
I need to check it out.
October, I'm trying to do the 31 Days of Horror. It's tough because 31 films for each day, and I can't watch any other genre unless I finish a film for that day. So I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be rewatching Demons. I'm gonna be seeing Pumpkinhead for the first
I
time.
mean, it's great.
I'm gonna be rewatching Night of the Demons. I'm gonna be seeing all these films, and then of course I'm gonna be rewatching on Devil's Night. Hopefully, my favorite film ever, The Crow, since it takes place on Halloween.
Have you guys seen Hocus Pocus 2? I haven't seen that yet.
No, we were just talking about that earlier. Actually,
I have, but I didn't really care for it too much.
Mhm.
Did
Are
you
you
even
gonna
like?
do a
Did you
review
like
on
the
it,
original
John?
one, John?
The original one, yeah, it's a great movie.
I've never seen any of them.
I haven't
really
seen
common.
the original in years until I what got me into it again was Vanessa Shaw. I like I said, she's one of my crushes. I talked to her I met her on GalaxyCon. She was cool.
And there's no any of those characters. They don't come back. Wow,
Yeah,
man.
why didn't they do it? Because I remember they did a book where there were two stories. It was based off the original movie, and then they did an original story where they brought those characters back. Why didn't they do that?
I
That
don't
would
know.
have been better. I don't get it. People have been waiting for this sequel, but you can't bring those other people back. You could tell they were very excited, hungry for the original. They wouldn't mind coming back.
Yeah, you know what it felt like though? It felt like a Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
should
God,
put it on the
that's
big
sad.
screen. I'm getting, like I said, I'm
Ordering,
getting
yeah.
sick and tired of all these iconic movies known for the big screen. You put them on, like with this Beverly Hills Cop thing. I'm glad that those people came back. That's the opposite of what they did with Hocus Pocus. But still, you got to put it on Netflix. This is Beverly Hills Cop.
Wait. The
Hey.
Beverly Hills Cop 4 is coming to only Netflix?
Yeah.
Did you hear? Hey,
What?
Robin, did you hear who joins the movie?
Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon.
That'll be cool because I think he's
For
going to play
Beverly-
the villain. I'm not really
Yeah,
sure.
Beverly Hills Cop 4. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
No
Kevin
way.
Bacon,
I
yeah.
can't. I have to see
That's
that.
kinda
Then. That's
disappointing.
curious.
I was gonna say, wow, man, we were talking about the Tales from the Crypt. Are you talking about the Tales from the Crypt movie from 1972?
Yeah, that was the original.
I heard about that. I heard they made a sequel called Vault of Horror, I think.
Yeah,
could be
Vault
wrong
of
about
Horror. Though that was a comic book. Because if you look at the Tales from the Crypt show, they showed that it was based on Vault of Horror. That was a comic book, and Tales from the Crypt, that was a comic book. Yeah, it's like Creep Show did it first. So if you look at the font, they're the same.
So it's like an inspiration sort of thing.
Yeah,
Whereas Tales from the Crypt was
and there
inspired.
you remember the show called Tales from the Dark Side? You could tell that
Yeah,
was
that's a
early.
good show.
You could tell that was early Tales from the Crypt because Tales from the Dark Side was originally supposed to be called Creep Show the show. That was supposed to be the original Creep Show series.
Why
that
did
show
they
has
go
a
through with
very,
that?
what happened,
Uh-oh.
Scotty?
Uh-oh. Did Scotty get did
The Crypt
did Mark
Keeper.
Ruffalo
The
get
Crypt
him?
Keeper. The Crypt Keeper.
Keeper got him.
Yeah.
I hope the Crypt Keeper didn't get him.
But that character is funny. I liked him in that movie. He
Yeah,
was
that
hilarious.
was because in the first season he started out very creepy and scary, but I guess they didn't want the viewer to be too scared, so they gave him humor, which was cool.
And
By
then
the way-
after that, I heard they made a sequel called Bordello of Blood. But a lot of people
Yeah, that
were
was
telling me
with the vampires. That was with Corey Feldman and the what's his name? George Miller. No, not what was his name? It was Miller something.
Randy
yeah.
Miller.
He was a comedian. The comedian
Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller. Yeah.
Okay.
But I may watch that one depending if I get through some other films or can't get to other films. Is that one as good as Demon Knight or is it not as good?
I think Demon Knight is better to me. But Devil and Blood had moments. But Demon Knight was better.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something.
Oh.
Billy Zane was the best part of Demon Knight.
Yes,
hands
he
down.
was.
Mhm.
But
Billy
this-
Zane with his freaking crotch fire and everything. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
This question right here, I've had up
Definitely
for
like
a few
being
minutes.
settled on it too.
But what do you guys
Do you
think about
think-
this question?
I think that's kind of what a lot of films are going for. From what I'm hearing, it's set in like the suburbs, sort of like 50s inspired, and
What movie are you
they'll give
talking
it
about?
like Don't Worry,
Oh,
Darling.
wait.
We'll be allowed to-
Who cares?
Is this the horror boy?
Hey guys, how's it
What's
going?
up, man?
Hey, how's it
How you
going?
doing,
Going on?
dude? I remember I
Oh,
used to watch your
greetings,
stuff,
Deep
man.
Fried.
How you been?
Greetings, Deep Fried.
I'm doing good. How you
Nice to
doing?
meet
I
you.
appreciate you checking out my videos. Thank you.
Yeah, I used to watch your
Oh,
stuff.
you're the
um,
first time I ever heard of you. I'll check you out.
I remember
Oh,
I used
thank
to
you.
watch your stuff when you did like DVD collection videos and you did your like best slasher sequels and all that stuff.
Oh shoot,
yeah,
you go
I
way
really-
back.
Yeah, I go way
Yes.
back. I've seen your Crow videos and stuff.
Oh,
I don't
man.
know. Yeah, I don't know. I like watching collectors and horror fans and stuff like that. I'm that kind of guy. Yeah.
Did you?
Same.
Were any of you guys dressed up last Halloween?
No.
Last Halloween, no. But I remember a few nights, like I want to say 2 years or 3 years ago, I actually went as Eric Draven. Believe it or not.
Oh,
I did that one
Oh,
year.
nice.
And
I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to brag. I think I pulled it off pretty good. I think I may have a picture.
Show us a picture next time.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture next time.
I
don't
was a
think it's on my
lost boy.
phone.
I was a lost boy last year. A vampire. I was a lost boy. Did
Oh,
see
were
my
you
photo?
Kiefer Sutherland?
No, I kind of made up my own character, but yeah, it was very. I had a San Carlo T-shirt. Welcome to Santa Carlo. I had a T-shirt. I ordered some accessories offline. It came out really good. I'll send you a picture. I'm sure it's online.
Definitely.
I was a Ghostbuster the past three previous Halloweens.
Oh,
That's
really?
cool. So,
How do you guys?
with this question here, how do you guys feel about Hugh Jackman coming back?
I don't
You know what?
think it's necessary.
That is a clever idea because Deadpool is full of humor, and Marvel is getting a lot of crap for the humor, which is understandable. But this is Deadpool, and having Hugh Jackman, him and Wolverine, that'll be like a classic, buddy movie, but superhero. And I'm gonna tell you, it'll be a better swing song for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine than that piece of shit Logan. I'll tell you that.
Whoa.
If you like the
Oh,
movie, that's fine. You
shit.
guys like the movie. Fine.
No,
with me.
it's fine if
I don't think I've
it's
ever
fine
heard
if
that
you don't-
before.
It's fine if you don't like it, but I'm just like curious because
I like the movie.
here's my thing. Is that Disney, they're gonna try and meddle with the humor a little bit too much, maybe,
Yeah.
and maybe it won't be as raunchy or as meta-y.
You know
as
what?
we want it to be.
I thought with all these woke people getting fired, I wouldn't be surprised if they go back if they stay to the character.
I don't know. It's Disney. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Yes.
well, we'll see. But please let Wolverine fucking wear the suit already, please.
Well, that's
That'd
the
be
rumor.
cool.
That's the rumor.
This is
Wild
his
Man.
last. This may be his last performance as Wolverine. Let him wear the fucking suit.
Okay,
please.
we don't know if that's going to be his swan song. Once they open up a can of worms again, it's hard to close it back up with a character like Wolverine. Let's be real here.
Hey, Wild Man,
So-
that's apparently what's going to happen. I've heard that they're going to have the yellow suit for this next Deadpool.
They're gonna have Deadpool wear the suit.
Well, no, Wolverine's going to wear the suit in this next
Yeah,
Deadpool.
they better.
movie.
He better. He fucking better.
The classic Wolverine. I remember I kind of dressed up
Because they
that
showed
was
the suit at the lead scene to the Wolverine, and he never wore it. This you can bring that back with this. Stop being fucking lazy.
Yeah.
Do you think that they'll be able to pull it off this time, or do you think with
I
Deadpool
believe
in it,
so.
they'll-
I believe so. Yeah,
Okay.
because this is Deadpool and Hugh Jackman. Those two, it's like a buddy movie, but with superheroes. Deadpool
I mean,
and
but don't you
Wolverine.
think it could have been done like a few years earlier, before Logan or something like that, or don't you think that
Yeah.
it should have been done before the character dies? At least I think it should have been, personally.
It's, in my opinion, it's better this way. It's better this way
Okay,
because Hugh
interesting
Jackman,
take.
he kind of expanded himself after Logan. So I think now to have him come back, I think it's perfect.
Okay.
By
What
the
about
way,
you guys' thoughts?
Well, I was going to say Deep Fried. It's cool to have you in here.
Yeah.
Do you want to be called Deep Fried, or do you have a first name? Or
My name's Nate, so if you guys want to call me
Nate.
Deep
I
Fried,
don't mind Deep
Nate's
Fried.
fine.
I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But dude, man, it's just coincidental to see you because I remember you're one of the first like DVD horror collectors I watched, so it's kind of cool.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. Funny how that
Man, I
works.
haven't made a collection video in forever though, man. But I appreciate you checking those out though.
No,
I gotta
worries,
make an
no worries.
updated video eventually. I'm
didn't
trying to
try to-
figure out what kind of content I'm gonna make, but I'm not sure yet.
I'd be there for
Exactly.
it.
I wouldn't mind seeing Vanessa Shaw in there again. The next time she's on Cameo, I talked to her on Cameo. I'm gonna ask her, were you disappointed not coming back? I'm gonna ask her that.
yeah, I mean, I didn't really care for the movie.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
here.
I
She gonna go
know
on,
people have mixed feelings with it already. So I'll give it a shot. I'll see
by
what
the-
happens.
By the way, I don't know if you guys knew about Deadpool 3. Who's directing it?
Who?
The same guy that directed Night at the Museum, Sean Levy.
I like those movies. Sean Levy.
I mean,
he
yeah,
directed,
but
he
that's like a
directed
different
that.
sense
He
of
directed that
humor.
episode of Stranger Things. That
Think about
episode
it.
of season 4 of Stranger Things. With
But
the.
I mean, that's like, I like Night at the Museum, but that's a different sense of humor from Deadpool.
I think he was involved with that show, The Shield, because that name, Sean Levy. When I see that name, I always think of The Shield. Is that a different Sean Levy, or is it?
Who knows? I know that he was in a movie called The Kiss in 1988. so-
Oh my God, I remember that. That is a very underrated movie. Check that movie out.
Yeah.
The Kiss.
The
It's a
Kiss?
very
And-
underrated movie.
Yeah, had a very
Very
effective
underrated
teaser
horror film.
trailer back in the day.
Sean
Didn't show
Levy.
a little bit of footage, but not a whole lot. Joanna, what's her face last
Oh,
name?
Joanna Pacula.
Pacula,
Oh,
okay,
she
Pacula.
is gorgeous. I love her. She
Sean
was
Levy also
gorgeous.
directed. He directed Real Steel.
Yeah,
and
Real
Date
Steel.
Night. Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds.
I gotta see Free Guy.
I saw it. I thought it was decent.
Yeah, but check out The Kiss and Joanna Pacula. Oh, she is gorgeous. She was in that movie
Yes.
Virus with Jamie Lee Curtis. I love.
I don't like
check her out.
Virus. I think Virus is a little bit too. The characters aren't very good, in my opinion. I think Stephen Baldwin's okay. The effects are amazing in Virus, though. The effects in Virus, I'm like, what the fuck? How did they
one of
get
the
away
good
with
things
those
about
like?
the film?
It kind of had elements to the Thing if you look at it. It reminded me
It
of
kind of felt like the Thing with like the rope, like the virus from space, and like like it instead of it being biological, it's animatronic.
Yeah,
And I like
that's
that.
what made it different. That's what made it different.
Donald Sutherland, I just couldn't get into his character in the
Oh,
movie.
I
I've never
hated his
seen the
character.
movie.
He was one of those characters you hate, you love to hate. You know,
I heard that they released the toys like early on before the movie came out or something like that. Like they released a bunch of toys for Virus.
I remember that. I remember there were some
Yeah.
toys. I remember that.
Yeah.
I heard it was also based off a comic book. I remember.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Speaking of Donald Sutherland, the best villain role he did was in Lockup with Stallone. Anybody seen
That's
that
a good movie. Underrated movie.
Definitely. It's my favorite prison movie. I know people like Shawshank, but I prefer Lockup.
I have not seen Lockup yet. I'm way behind, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen Lockup either.
I'm looking forward to Constantine 2. I don't give a shit about the Crow remake.
I like Constantine. I think Constantine 2 may be good, but I mean, I think it's one of those things like John said earlier. Like Keanu's got to be a little bit.
People still talk about the original Crow with Brandon Lee. What is the point?
We do not need a remake though.
Oh, what do you think will come first?
I don't really think so.
I think that since the Crow remake already finished filming, it's going to come out first. But then again, they may want to release it on Halloween since it's Devil's Night takes place in the movie.
Yeah, and that kind of makes it a Halloween movie if you look at it.
Well, that's why I'm rewatching the first one this October.
Do you know who's playing the Crow Wall Man?
Who?
One of the Skarsgårds.
Yeah.
Who?
Pennywise.
Skarsgård.
Oh God.
I think it may have been the same Skarsgård that played Pennywise.
He was better in Barbarian. He was in Barbarian. He was good in that, but not the Crow.
That's what I hear.
Not the Crow. Check out Barbarian, one of the best horror movies in years. Check it. Go see it. It was really good.
Oh, Steven is out for a second.
But leave the Crow. Pennywise, leave the fucking Crow alone, please.
The Crow director got me, guys.
The Crow got you. Yeah.
I remember Jason Momoa was supposed to play the Crow. Thank God he didn't get it.
Well, thank God that. Let's also thank God. Oh wait, yeah, Jason Momoa. Let's thank God that he did not get that role.
I can say this: I think he still might be better than Edward Furlong.
Yes.
Edward Furlong was the worst. Let's be real here.
What did you think of the sequel, City of Angels? What did you think of City of Angels?
A wicked fucking turd. That movie is like dog shit. Okay.
What's unfortunate? That was one of Dennis Hopper's last movies.
Oh,
that is unfortunate.
Doesn't he kill somebody with a bug zapper in that movie or something?
Which Crow are we talking about?
The fourth one. Number 4.
Okay.
Wicked Player.
Wicked shit. The one where Danny Trejo dances shirtless in front of a
the third one with Crow Salvation?
I like the third one.
What about the second one, Sea of Angels? What about the second one?
That one I'm conflicted on. I used to like it. Now I don't like it. Now I want to see the director's cut because I know that they deleted a lot of footage. But City of Angels I've always been conflicted on. But I like Salvation. I think Salvation is a genuine.
What about Stairway to Heaven, the TV show with Mark Dacascos?
Haven't seen
my
it.
teacher gave me a file to all the episodes. I lost it because my old laptop had all the episodes.
Oh,
and
man.
I've only seen episode 1 of it. It was pretty good. I think that Mark Dacascos is the next best person, but I don't know.
He should play the Crow.
Mark Dacascos. Why not? But Mark Dacascos, you know what I think they should do? They should give him the role that they should. Yeah, I mean, if they could, but I don't think that we need to remake Brandon Lee. But at the end of the day, if they were to, you're right, Mark Dacascos.
Yeah, get him to play. If anyone can pull it off after Brandon Lee, it's him because he looks exactly like him. That's how I got introduced to him was because of that show. He can pull it off. And again, those two should have been in a Double Dragon movie because they definitely look alike. They could have been great brothers in that movie.
Yeah, maybe Mark Dacascos can play like the brother of Eric Draven's character is.
I liked Multiverse of Madness, Sean Little. I thought it was pretty damn good.
I had fun with that movie.
I had fun with it too.
It was decent.
An okay flick.
It was directed by Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi directed, which made it even.
And I like Zombie Strange. I like Zombie Strange.
Were you saying Deep Fried?
I thought it was decent. I didn't hate it. I just thought that I was curious to see what the original director was going to do. But yeah, I didn't mind it. What it was.
So Deep Fried. Big question.
Scott Derrickson.
I'm sorry. Anybody? I'm sorry.
The guy that
Huh?
directed Doctor Strange was supposed to direct the sequel.
Oh.
And he ended up doing the Black Phone instead, which I thought was
Yeah, the Black Phone. Yeah.
I thought the Black Phone was really good.
I
Did
need to
any of
see
y'all
that.
like it?
I need to see that. So, Deep Fried, big question. Do you watch Cobra Kai, and have you seen the new season?
I started watching the first season, and I kind of wanted to go back in the Karate Kid series and check that out. I've only seen like the first one, so I didn't want to skip all the way to Cobra Kai because I heard it follows the sequel, so I wanted to check out the sequel.
You gotta check it out. It's huge on Netflix. Even the season 5, it's the quintessential season. Like, people are calling it the new Star Wars. Once you watch, you'll understand why. Because the whole thing about balance and the dark
Mhm.
side is really good. It's still hanging up. It's like this fall's Top Gun Maverick. It's still on the top 10 on Netflix.
The first few
God, it
episodes,
wasn't
I
Top Gun
think,
Maverick just a fucking awesome movie, guys?
Absolutely,
really good
absolutely.
follow-up.
That's how you do it, Hollywood. That's how you fucking do it.
Oh,
I was-
Maverick, I haven't seen that yet either.
Oh man,
It's a great
You
one.
gotta watch it.
Trust me,
It's
it's
a
worth it.
lot of fun.
because I've seen it at least 10 times.
Yeah.
Well, man,
He
since
has.
you mentioned that movie, like, what is it about that movie and what Hollywood fucks up? Like, what's the big gap there? Like, I mean, like, Top Gun Maverick does a lot of things right, massive hit, makes billions, but Hollywood can't seem to get that. I mean, what is to blame here?
They're
Trying to-
greedy. They're greedy and laziness. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, right.
think about it. Because again, it didn't start with Top Gun Maverick. It started with Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai created this effect. Like, if you stick to the original material and don't fuck it up, that you see what happens.
What do you
And
guys
that's
feel
what-
about that? You guys can chime in as well.
I think that it's important to, like you guys said, stick to the spirit of the original and also represent what's good about it. Not just, bringing in older characters,
Yeah.
not just bringing in, it being a requel and living off of that status alone. I think also just, doing what make the original great. 80s, aesthetic and feel, even though it's set in modern time and it's a modern film, it has that feeling of it. And, doing mostly practical effects, having Tom Cruise being his prime self Maverick and naturally evolving the characters. That's what makes Top Gun Maverick work. It feels like a sequel that didn't come out too long ago.
Yeah. Like you say, it goes back to Cobra Kai, because I just saw this cool video how about the Disney Star Wars versus Cobra Kai. It really goes in deep of how the Disney Star Wars show took note from Cobra Kai. It's a really good video. I'll send you guys, because the Disney Star Wars led the way to the downfall, but Cobra Kai led the way to coming back from it, leading to Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
I like
Christian Bale's.
I like Christian Bale as Batman. I do.
Yeah, I liked all of them. I was gonna.
I don't care. I don't care about Christian Bale. I don't care.
Well, to be fair to
wait.
Christian Bale, his voice is controversial because of the whole.
Tried to trash these fights.
So who can you? So Daniel Craig or Christian Bale? If you had to pick one, wow, man.
Come on,
I'll go
Mom,
with Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
God.
Really? Yeah.
Daniel Craig, man. Daniel Craig's just getting into the mud, man. You guys gotta hash it out. You guys gotta just hash it out and hug it out.
We'll see.
I was
Here's the
going to chime
question.
in my thoughts on why I think Top Gun Maverick was successful. It didn't push
Oh,
for
go ahead.
agenda. It
Exactly.
did the lore
Yeah.
of the characters. They didn't try to, twist things with Maverick's character, trying to make him weak or say that he's gay or bisexual.
Washed up.
Washed
Or have a disease like in Creed,
Exactly.
like Rocky. Yeah.
They gave him another type of love interest, even though I kind of wish they would have developed the love interest a little
And you
more.
know what? Speaking of that, they should have brought back "Take My Breath Away."
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
know that's true. That is true.
And also, what was I going to say? They definitely had characters that were, they had, one's kind of an Iceman light, if you will, kind of an asshole, but there's at least growth and development.
He was kind of like called the Han Solo, because the way at the end he saved everybody.
He was my favorite
Yeah.
character in the
Yeah.
film.
Hangman. Yeah.
Hangman.
Hangman was
Hangman.
my favorite character in the film, hands down. Hands down. I loved Hangman. And what are your guys' favorite films? I've been curious to wonder.
Yeah. Well,
My
man, Deep
favorite
Fried.
movie of all time, speaking of Tom Cruise, is Risky Business. That movie always had impact on me.
Really? Deep Fried, what about you, man?
I really like the first Rocky. That's probably my favorite movie. I watch it every year.
Couldn't understand you. What were you saying?
What movie?
Rocky, the first one.
The first
Oh,
one?
Rocky?
Rocky. Okay,
That's a great
good
movie.
choice.
You can't argue with that. You can't argue with that.
Actually, wait, Scotty. We also haven't heard of your favorite movie yet. What is your favorite movie, Scotty?
It's really hard to really pinpoint a number one favorite for me.
Okay, that's fair.
Mine.
I'll say it's either Aliens, Predator, or one of the Star Trek films.
You gotta pick one. You gotta pick one.
That's
Hold on a
really
second. I'm gonna show you something. Keep talking.
If you were on a desert island, Scotty, what would be the film?
Man, I'll just say Aliens.
Good choice. So, Crow, Rocky, Aliens, Risky Business, and Jaws.
Yeah, these are good books, by the way.
Yeah, you did like a book collection update. I have it in my watch later.
The Jaws log, which chronicles the making of the movie by the writer.
Oh,
And-
boy.
I don't know if Smallman would like this, but I have an idea. If you're going to do a Roadhouse, you should do a Roadhouse sequel and have Tom Cruise play the brother of Dalton. That's
You
what I
know
would-
what? You know what? That's a better idea than this bullshit with Jake Gyllenhaal. I'll
Jake
tell you that much.
Gyllenhaal is
You
Dalton.
remember that crap with Ronda Rousey was supposed to do it?
Yeah, but thankfully she didn't get it.
Oh,
It's funny you
God.
mention that because the guy that's directing the Roadhouse remake directed Edge of Tomorrow.
Doug
That's a
Liman.
good
Oh,
movie. Yeah,
is
that's
it
a good
Doug
Tom
Levin?
Cruise movie.
Yeah, Doug Lyman.
Doug
Yeah.
Levin? Oh, God.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
he's
know,
not
you
a
know
bad
what?
director,
If they're
but-
gonna do a Roadhouse sequel and put Tom Cruise or, you know what, have an action star in the lead that's never been, who's forgotten for a while. Like Cobra Kai is bringing a lot of people who are D-listers back into the limelight. So why not have Jeff Speakman play the lead in Roadhouse?
Well,
Or
wait
the
a minute.
villain.
Speaking of Roadhouse, did any of you guys pick up the 4K that Vinegar Syndrome's releasing?
For the 4K Vinegar Syndrome of Roadhouse?
I could
Yeah,
have sworn
Vinegar
Scream
Syndrome
Factor.
announced-
did
Roadhouse is
that.
Roadhouse is now on Netflix. It's been the most watched movie on Netflix now.
I can't blame people. It's awesome. But
Roadhouse
yeah,
on Netflix?
Roadhouse
Yeah.
released
Yeah.
it.
Wow.
But yeah, Roadhouse is getting a new 4K from Vinegar Syndrome, and I think
You
there's
know
gonna
what?
be
If
leaks after the
if
order.
Cobra Kai recommended one movie, it would definitely be Roadhouse because you can tell there's so much Roadhouse shit in on that show.
Dude, I freaking
Well-
love the final villain death where he gets shotgunned by all the townspeople. That's awesome.
Well, now, man, we're going to get the spinoff of those two valet characters of Ferris Bueller's.
I don't know. I don't know
Did you
how
hear about
that's
that?
going to work. I mean, the
Why?
guys, the big three who did the Cobra Kai show. I know that they're love
Adios,
for age,
Alter.
but come on,
Oh,
you already did it well with Cobra Kai. Don't mess it up with Ferris Bueller. Come on now. I love those two guys. You know the Star Wars theme, but what are you going to do with them? You might as well bring Ferris Bueller back.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that, Scotty and Deep Fried? I don't know if you heard about that.
What about what?
The spinoff that's going to happen, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The two valet parking
not
guys,
necessary.
they're getting
Not
their own
necessary.
series. Or
I had
maybe-
no clue that was going to happen. That's the first time I've ever heard about that.
Yeah, the same here. And is Matthew Broderick even going to be involved in it?
Probably not.
He'll probably make a cameo. That's
Yeah.
fair,
Maybe a
but
cameo.
That's it.
But if you're going to do a Ferris Bueller show focusing on as Matthew Broderick,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Why
what
not?
is Matthew Broderick doing
You can
anyway?
still get
That would
Exactly.
be
Alan
good.
Ruck.
I
and
know
Neil
he's
Seagull.
married to
Yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker. She just came out with Hocus Pocus 2, but yeah, give him some work. I love that guy. I always loved that guy.
Which one? Alan Ruck?
No, Matthew Broderick.
Okay, Matthew Broderick. Okay.
Yeah, Christian Bale's a better Bruce Wayne.
I
to me.
think that he is a better Bruce Wayne as well. But I like him as Batman. His voice, I understand, will piss people off.
He was
but I
okay
don't
as
mind
Bruce Wayne, but as Batman, I'm sorry.
The
No,
first
that's-
Batman voice,
I
the
get you.
Batman Begins voice was actually good, and then they really went overboard in the sequel.
Robert Pattinson grew on me. He did a great job.
Robert
Yeah,
Pattinson.
really
I need
good.
to rewatch his Batman movie. I really do.
Yes,
I gotta
he was-
give it
he
a
was
second
actually-
chance.
He was unexpectedly pretty decent. And I don't know if you can hear me, Deep Fried, but I even put it in the private chat. But thanks for the sub, much appreciated.
Oh, you're welcome. I was going to subscribe to all y'all. I mean, I'm already subscribed to John, but I was going
thank
to
you, man.
subscribe to.
I
Hey,
heard of that
thanks, bro.
Moloch
Thanks,
guy.
bro.
He used to be interacting with the Phantom Menace, which at one point I was a part of, but I left because it was getting to be kind of ridiculous and toxic. And I just
What was?
I understand there's you can disagree and you cannot be a fan of something, but I felt like certain individuals I just didn't really care for, and I eventually left. And I feel like
Who?
I'm better. Phantom Collective, Phantom Menace, whatever. You
Oh.
want.
Damn.
There's people like Geeks and Gamers I've heard of.
I like that guy, Geeks and Gamers. I like that
He's
guy.
okay.
Oh, wait. Hey, Deep Fried.
You okay, dude?
Hey,
Fred? Oh, wait.
Huh?
There's two of you. Oh, no.
Yeah,
There's one
sorry
of
about that feedback noise. That was my bad. I'm sorry. I
Oh, you
had
good
to get
though.
on my
I-
computer.
well,
Oh.
yeah, I saw you in the stream here, and then I saw another deep fried awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Which one's who? Is there an
Yeah,
imposter?
was
Is
this
it Mark
two brains-
Ruffalo?
Two brains or something?
I'm the multiverse.
Is it Daniel Craig in
deep fried
disguise?
awesomeness.
Yeah, the deep fried awesome.
I'm a variant.
He's a Daniel Craig variant.
Daniel Craig variant. And he wants to be friends with Wild Man.
Daniel Craig is here.
Oh, Daniel Craig, I'd love to as Bond, especially Wild Man.
Yeah.
He wants to invite you to Mars.
Yes, remember, get your
Yeah,
Oscar
sorry about
on.
that. Sorry about that loud feedback. It was me
Oh,
switching.
you're
over my
good. You're
computer.
good, bro.
You're
It
good.
happens to me all the time.
Oh, by the way, speaking of sequels, I just saw Blade Runner 2049 on Netflix. It was really good sequels.
Yeah, really good.
It's
I
funny
saw
because-
that in IMAX.
Same here. I saw that in IMAX a couple times. Saw it in theaters. Definitely well worth the money. It was definitely one of my top favorite films that year. There was John Wick Chapter 2 in that film.
You know, it's funny because Top Gun Maverick is a recent sequel that's called the perfect sequel, but Blade Runner 2049 kind of did it first in a way around that time.
Well, I feel like even before that, we were seeing. I think 2015 was the start of the whole legacy sequel thing. You have to really think because
Yeah,
we had
Yeah,
we
unfortunately,
had
started it.
Jurassic World, Mad Max Fury Road, Force Awakens, and unfortunately, some are better than others. But
and of
Blade
course,
Runner
and of course,
2049
the next year we had Ghostbusters, the female Glade Ghostbusters.
Afterlife. Oh, and then the Lady Ghostbusters before. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
I refuse to watch the Lady Ghostbusters. Hellraiser 2022. I just don't have an interest in. I like the first two. They're
Yeah.
all I've seen. I like the first two
I think I'd
Hellraisers.
rather give Judgment more of a chance.
Well, but Steven, I'm sorry. What were you going to say about Blade Runner? I'm sorry.
Well, Blade Runner, obviously, Blade Runner wasn't the first one, and I got to give that one another go because Blade Runner is my favorite science fiction movie, and I love the music. I love Ryan Gosling. There's something about it that I just want to go back and give it another go with because for some reason it didn't click with me. I don't know why.
The first
Gotta-
one is a classic. I mean, it led
Yeah.
the way.
First
It
one's
led the
classic.
way for the high tech futuristic. It was like
Yeah.
it was like the first
And
movie to
cyberpunk.
predict the future. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I love
Great
that
movie.
film. I have a very a huge affinity for it, and I don't know. Maybe I got to give Blade Runner 2049 another go. But yeah. Anyways, going back to Hellraiser, I've only ever seen the first two. I really love those films. I don't think 2022 is necessary. This new Hellraiser. I mean,
I saw the trailer.
I like David Bruckner's Night House. That's a good movie, but I don't think he needs to do a Hellraiser.
I like the third Hellraiser. That was a fun movie. That was. Like
I
a
want to
fun-
see the Hellraiser.
I've
But
only
you know
seen the
who my
first one.
favorite Cenobite is? The Doctor from Hellraiser 2.
You mean Chenard?
Yeah, Shenard. The Doctor's in the house.
I'm surprised they haven't announced any 4Ks of Hellraiser yet. Now that
I'm
the new one's
surprised too.
out.
I wish Arrow would do something about that. I
You know
they
what?
released
Speaking
a
of
solid
4K
box.
DVDs, they're coming out with
Yeah.
planes, trains, and automobiles with the
Yeah.
lead scenes, and I
Oh,
will
really?
get that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's, Thanksgiving's coming up, so I'm definitely going to get that. To have deleted extended scenes on 4K, I'm definitely going to get that.
Paramount's been doing a
Oh,
lot
wow.
of that kind of stuff.
Hey, Liam,
Hello. That was
Um,
just.
do you agree with this comment? That it started back in 2010.
Kinda. I actually like Tron Legacy.
Tron,
believe it or
Tron
not.
Legacy. That it had moments, but I didn't like the fact it was trying to be too much like Star Wars. But it was a fun sequel.
Yes,
I
definitely a
think-
much funner sequel than the whole entire sequel
I
trilogy.
gotta use the bathroom. We'll be right back.
I
Keep
even
talking.
think, honestly, as much as I'm picky about CGI, I think the CGI in Tron Legacy is beautiful. I think that
Absolutely.
whole movie just
Yep.
has a great aesthetic to it, and I like that it's I saw that in the theater. I think.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep, same here.
Oh, Liam, John's having a birthday. He turned tres.
Unfortunately, Olivia Wilde was in that movie.
Oh,
I didn't
God,
mind her.
Olivia Wilde.
This was before she started.
This is before she was crazy, guys. This is before she was crazy.
Yeah, before she got
Yeah.
twisted and became.
I don't even think she's that good of a director. Like
Yes.
Booksmart was not even that good of a movie. Like Booksmart wasn't that good. Don't Worry, Darling doesn't look good. And oh God, you know what I want to see though? I want to see a documentary or something talking about what the fuck happened at the behind the scenes of Don't Worry, Darling. Like, cause that is just a story in of itself.
I heard she directed a few Red Hot Chili Pepper videos, and she did a video. She directed a video with her on her iPhone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I did not know.
She
that.
was in this movie. She was very good. You
Cameron,
ever heard of A Vigilante? She was really good in that.
I've heard about that. I think they
Thank
came
you,
out a
Liam.
few years ago in
It was
2018
really
or
good.
something
She was
like that.
good in that. She was really good in that.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I think her hair is like brown or something in that movie, and it's kind of like a Death Wish type of movie.
Yeah,
But
something
not-
like that.
Yeah, it looks good. I got to see it.
It's like a domestic abuse, and she's a woman who was domestic abuse, and she goes and helps others who are going through that and stuff.
That's actually a pretty cool concept for a vigilante movie.
Absolutely, she was good in it, but unfortunately, she had to fuck it all up with this movie.
Now she's crazy.
What are we talking about now?
Olivia
Olivia
Wilde.
Wilde.
Oh,
Olivia
Now
mentally
she's been
wild.
turned
And don't
to
forget, people, don't forget she hanged out with Amber Heard.
Oh God, no! Don't tell me
Oh,
that.
thank you, Deep Fried.
Yeah.
No problem, man.
They must be doing some secret tribing behind the scenes.
Oh no
Oh,
shit,
God,
no shit.
No.
Did you? Yeah, did you hear about what that movie? Like, apparently, some people on the cast and crew they made a joint statement saying that none of this ever happened.
Bullshit.
Nah, I don't believe it. They're just trying to say
Bullshit.
that.
They're just covering their ass. They don't want to get embarrassed.
I heard that Harry Styles like spat on Chris Pine.
Oh,
Did you guys
Yeah, I
see
saw
that?
the video.
Harry Styles, I don't get that guy. I never know. I idea who he
I
is.
just think
I
it's
know he's a singer. He
disrespectful.
did that song "Watermelon Sugar," but I don't know much about this guy.
But you know what? I don't think you should spit on anybody. I think if you're a grown man and you spit on another grown man, that's being immature, honestly, especially to Chris Pine. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just chilling, doing 31 Days of Horror. Gonna see a bunch of movies I haven't seen before. Rewatch a bunch.
nice.
I mean, yeah, but in the inside, not so much.
She's going to be
Yeah.
hitting that wall soon.
Oh, Steven, I think I'm already subscribed to you, but
Oh, sweet.
do you have a channel that I can sub to? I don't know. I'm gonna double check.
I mean,
Hey,
it's
Bobzilla,
just-
Bobby.
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 Hey,
Hi, Bobby.
Bobzilla. Good to see you. Great.
I can see if I can send a link. If you see two videos, they're like my school projects, so that's why if they're a little cringy or not, in case you're wondering. But
Dude, all my old videos are cringy.
yeah.
Doing okay,
All my old videos.
Liam.
Yeah, you just walk in and
Let me see where
do
it
that.
is. If I could send you I can send you a link real quick.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
This is a good question here.
Let me see.
Which is worse, Black Widow or She-Hulk?
I
Both.
haven't seen Black
Both.
Widow yet.
Oh,
but I'd rather
God.
watch Black
Both
Widow
are
than She-Hulk.
worse.
That's a hard
Yeah,
question right there.
I'm going to say She-Hulk. At least
She-Hulk.
At least Black Widow is
I mean,
twerking.
look. At
Black
the end
Widow
of the
is
day, though,
boring.
let's
It's probably boring,
let's-
but at least she's not twerking.
Yeah, true.
I mean, twerking with Megan the Stallion, that's pretty bad.
Why was
I'm
Black
just-
Widow 2.5 hours, man? That movie was like long. I'm like, bro, come on.
They're
haven't
both
seen
shit because
not
it's because
me.
Marvel is so full of shit now.
I saw one episode of She-Hulk. But that's because I went over to my dad's
Oh
house.
yeah,
and
you
he put
walked
it
in on your dad or something.
Yeah,
Here, John,
like I
I
went.
the
yeah.
link. There it
Oh.
is.
I went over there. My
Okay.
dad's like, "Oh, let's
Yep.
watch She-Hulk." I was like, "Okay,"
Thank you.
but I'm leaving after this.
If you see a video on like how to clean a toilet, that was a school project thing, so don't worry about that. And then my short films on there, deep fried. Just letting you know. I'm gonna be
I will
coming out with
definitely
videos,
watch
too.
the clean the toilet one. I need to learn that.
Yeah,
Definitely watch that.
I
I'm
would
just
say.
going
I
to say
mean,
the one 4K that definitely deserves a Blu-ray for sure is The Abyss. I wish Jimmy
Yeah, The
Jimmy
Abyss.
Kimmel-
Oh
James
my
Cameron
God, I
will
love that movie.
never
Love
let that
that
happen,
movie.
though.
Love
James
that
Cameron
movie.
will never. Same thing with True Lies. He will never. Oh, thank you, Deep Fried, for subscribing. James Cameron will never let that happen.
No problem, man.
You know, he needs to get his head out of his ass. Why
Yeah.
the heck you want to re-release Avatar? Do that with your original movies.
because
I
he's
mean,
making,
I don't know
Yes,
why.
re-released The Abyss.
he's making
Well,
50 more avatars. That's why. Wow,
But
man.
here's the
Who
thing.
cares?
For those who
fucking
like True
cares?
Lies, there is a Blu-ray in Spain. For those who like True Lies.
Yeah,
just
I
giving you a
bought
little
some kind of unofficial bootleg Blu-ray. Which
Here,
is pretty
I,
good.
I can show it. I have the Blu-ray real quick. I'm gonna show it. Yeah, let me get that. Fuck.
What happened to James Cameron?
Lies.
You know the problem with James Cameron, he's trying to be
He
too
was
much like
off the
Steven
rails.
Spielberg. Be your own fucking man, man.
Uh-oh.
You're not
Uh-oh.
Spielberg.
James Cameron got to him.
James, yeah, I was
Exactly.
going to say James Cameron got to him.
Ah! James Cameron got you again.
Again,
Or Chad canceled today.
I think James Cameron just has too
Man,
much
he
on
is
his
after
plate.
him.
Oh God!
There you go.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? What'd you say, Scotty, about
I was
Cameron?
going to say James Cameron probably has way too much
Hey
on his
Quinn,
plate.
thank you, man.
So Here's the
Hey, what's
Blu-ray
going
of
on,
True
Quinn?
Lies that you could get in Spain. This is pressed. This is a pressed disc. So it is out there. Just want to let you know.
Yeah, I think
In
I've
case
seen
you
it on
guys are
eBay
wondering.
before. So
And it has features. It's probably a
It was
bootleg,
fine.
but it's pressed.
yeah, it has like a few documentaries and stuff like that, and how they did the helicopter sequence and special effects.
Yeah,
but-
the same
that's
thing with
pretty
mine. I
impressive
think there
for
was
what
a.
they did at the time.
I mean, again, this is most likely a bootleg. Same thing with yours. I mean, I am almost certain this is a bootleg, but it's pressed. So, yeah.
Did you know there was a True Lies video game?
I heard for the
No.
Genesis. I think Acclaim made it.
Yeah, there probably
No,
was.
there was also a Super Nintendo. There was Super Nintendo. Too.
Really?
Yeah, Super Nintendo.
I hear that game's actually pretty fun. How is it?
It is. It is. It's above. You see the character from above. One of those games.
Did you hear also that they were going to make a True Lies show, or at least they're still trying to make one?
But they got this show with Arnold. He plays a spy, but it's with his daughter. It's the
Yeah,
girl. It's the girl from
Fubar.
Top Gun Maverick.
It's
Girl
titled
from
Fubar, right?
I think that's what it's called. That's a good. It seems like a good title.
She was a good actress. I liked Phoenix in Top Gun Maverick.
Monica Barbero. I
Yeah.
actually saw her.
Yeah.
I actually saw her on set of Chicago Justice. That was.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you
you've
say
interacted
hi?
with her before,
I
right?
didn't meet her. She wasn't that big at the time. This was back in
Oh.
2017. Carl Weathers was on that show. I didn't meet him, but he was on that show with them.
Okay.
It was one of those.
That's
Have you watched any of those Chicago shows yet? Chicago Fire.
No, I haven't
haven't.
really. I'm gonna be honest with you. I get confused because there's like so many Chicago PD and all this kind of shows. I just get confused because there's so many of them.
I remember Anne Heche. I didn't see her, but I remember she was on the show. I actually saw John. What's that guy from Point Break? The asshole boss, John Mc.
Oh, John McGinley.
Yeah, I saw him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't meet him, but I saw him.
But he was also in Scrubs. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw Monica Barbero, who was Phoenix from Top Gun Maverick.
That's pretty cool.
And
Definitely one of the
like
better.
I said, I did meet Elizabeth Moss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
How was
mentioned
she?
how cool she was.
She was cool. Like I said, she's known playing these serious roles, but like I said, she's kind of a dork in real life. She was very cool.
That's cool.
It was on the
And-
set of that movie, of that miniseries, Shining Girls. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah,
Keep
she
that in mind.
directed some episodes. It was a female-driven directed show. She directed some episodes.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Did not know that she did.
Mm-hmm. She
Did you
directed
like her?
episodes of *Handmaid's Tale*. I heard.
Oh, I think that's a drama on HBO Max. I want to say.
It's on Hulu.
Oh, okay,
*Handmaid's
okay.
Tale*. That's the show she's known for.
Yeah, that's more like and also the Invisible Man. Did you ever like that movie?
I
Rob?
love
I
that.
have a
That was
mixed
one of the
opinion.
best horror remakes in years. It's up there with The
I
Fly.
kinda
It's up there
like-
with The Thing, and it's up there with The Blob.
I kind of have mixed opinions on the Invisible Man remake. I like the beginning of it, but then it just especially the mental hospital attack where he just goes ham on everybody. I feel like it loses a little bit of suspense there, but it was a badass scene. I feel like the movie kind of like teeters sort of halfway through, but it was still good. It was decent.
I have it on Blu-ray. I haven't seen it yet.
I like the director. I forget his name. I think it's
Lee
Logan
Wallno.
Marshall.
He was in Saw.
No.
He was in the scene. He was the
And
guy that
I
got
want
chained
to
with Kelly
say
Ellis.
he directed Upgrade.
Mhm.
I like Upgrade more though. I think I definitely like Upgrade a little bit more. But I did not mind the Invisible Man. And then as for Quinn, I don't mind Ambulance. I want to give it another go. I say that about every movie, I know, but I'm just very forgiving like that. But yeah, definitely Ambulance definitely had some really good moments though.
I need
And
to
yeah,
see that.
Point Break.
I prefer
Great movie.
Speed. I'll put it like that. I prefer
You
You
Speed.
can't. No,
The
you
first
can't.
break's
No,
on
you
that.
can't top Speed. You can't top it.
You
Nobody
cannot
can
top Speed. You cannot top Speed.
Yeah.
Me and John did a commentary on it.
Yeah.
Very
Speed was
fun
fun.
film. And I just think that Speed is a little bit more faster paced. And honestly, I know this is gonna sound bad. I think Point Break just needed a little bit more action.
Yeah. Point
Yeah.
Break. Point Break. It has this pop culture hype, which is cool, but there wasn't a lot of action in that movie. I understand.
There
why
was
people
not.
like it,
There was
you know?
like the house
Patrick
raid. And
Swayze
maybe,
was a good villain. It was cool to see him as a villain. I liked.
no, it was, and I liked their chemistry. But I think Point Break definitely needed
It's certainly
a
much
little.
better than the awful remake that came out in 2015.
I'm sure it's 100% better than the remake.
He's talking
I
about
like Jake
Ambulance, and
Gyllenhaal.
I've seen
That remake was trying to be too much of a Fast and Furious. If you look at, you can tell Fast and Furious took from Point Break.
Honestly, it looked like they were trying to remake Triple X.
You know what? You know what? You
Yeah.
remember this movie? You remember that movie Stone Cold with Brian Bosworth? You could
I
tell,
love.
you could tell
Dude,
that
I
was
just
a
saw
biker
that, like, 3
version
days ago.
of Point Break.
I just saw Stone Cold like 2 days ago. Again. I love that movie.
Oh, Brian Bosworth, man.
And you remember what my dad said to me? Don't, son. That gun is loaded.
Yes, Lance Henriksen played a really
Both
good
movies
villain
came
in
out
that
the same
too.
year.
I fucking love Stone Cold. That is like the best biker movie ever.
Oh my god, it's my favorite bike. And Brian Bosworth, man, he would have been up there. He was my choice for Jack Reacher. And speaking of that, Reacher 2, season 2, man, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's filming right now.
Oh baby, yes indeed.
I'm telling you, I think that Stone Cold is one of the most underrated action movies of the 90s.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I prefer that than Point Break. That was better than
I
Point
do
Break
too,
because
actually.
it had a
I
better
prefer
action
Stone
sequence at
Cold
the end.
way better than Point Break. I love like the raid at like that little courthouse at the end with like the motorcycles and the helicopter.
And you can't forget about William Forsythe too. You know.
Oh my God, him is like the guy
his
that hates Joe.
To be honest, too, like I enjoy Point Break, but there's other action movies of that year that I prefer.
Oh no,
more.
I prefer a lot more action movies than Point Break.
Well, I mean that year.
Yeah.
The Perfect Weapon, Out for Justice.
I prefer Out for Justice.
Don't forget T2.
Stone Cold. Yeah.
I prefer Out for Justice to Point Break. I prefer Stone Cold. I just think that Point Break, I mean, it's fine, but it's just not as good as Keanu's other movies.
And I know we talked about this.
Oh, I mean,
and you know, I'll give Point Break credit because it was the first action movie directed by a woman, Catherine Bigelow. She directed.
Yeah. I mean, look, I like Point Break, but it's not that as great as people make it out to be.
Yeah.
And Catherine Bigelow's style, she has a great style. She understands what a manly action movie is, and she has, even good female characters with the girl that's part of Swayze's group. But I just think
Lori Petty.
Yeah.
But
I just think that Point Break's not as good. And I even think Showdown in Little Tokyo is better. I think
Showdown in Little Tokyo is way better.
Fun,
way better. Dolph Lundgren, Brandon Lee.
And that movie's only like 70-something minutes.
Yes. It was supposed to be a little bit longer, but they cut certain scenes out of it.
I heard that too.
Can you guys hear
Brandon
me?
Lee. Huh?
You know what's strange about Showdown in Little Tokyo? A lot of people said this is what a Double Dragon movie should be. Look at Double Impact. That's
my favorite line from Showdown in Little Tokyo? When Brandon Lee tells Dolph Lundgren, "You have the greatest dick I've ever seen."
Yeah, I was gonna say, just that unexpected line was quite hilarious, and all Dolph Lundgren would just say was like, "Thank you."
I enjoyed that more actually in the Point Break.
And Kerry Hideki Tagawa was also in there. He was also in another film. We discussed before, The Perfect Weapon.
The Perfect Weapon, underrated movie. Jeff Speakman, get him in Cobra Kai. Let's make a hashtag.
I like Jeff
Speakman in Cobra Kai. Let's make that a hashtag. Yeah.
Do you guys like Deadly Outbreak with Jeff Speakman?
That's a good movie.
That's a good. I like Deadly Outbreak a lot. That's
Deadly Outbreak. I guess you forgot your bulletproof cup.
Yeah.
Get him in Cobra Kai. Hashtag Jeff Speakman for Cobra Kai. Get him on Cobra Kai.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, look. If people are doubting about whether to watch Deadly Outbreak, just know that Jeff Speakman shotguns a dude in the nuts. Exactly. Like, Jeff Speakman shotguns a dude in the fucking nuts. What more do you want?
That's when he mentions that one
more
line.
do you want?
And I agree with this comment here. Backdraft is a great movie.
Yes.
That's
like Backdraft is the Top Gun of fire. Is for
Actually, let me look at movies that came out in '91 and see what I prefer.
Backdraft is Top Gun for firefighters.
Mm-hmm.
You guys hear me okay still?
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah.
I prefer The Last Boy Scout to Point Break. That came out the same year.
For some reason, I can't load up pages.
I prefer Double Impact to Point Break.
I
even prefer Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man to Point Break. I even prefer that movie.
I love that movie. I
like that movie.
Mickey Rourke, Don Johnson. I love that. Mickey Rourke doesn't like that movie, but I
neither does Don Johnson.
Come on.
I don't know why.
Tom Sizemore as the villain, man? Oh, man.
And the finale with the helicopter was fucking awesome.
Don't spoil it. I haven't even seen it yet. So
Toy Soldiers.
It's a good movie.
Toy Soldiers, underrated movie.
I've not seen Toy
underrated.
And let's not forget Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Absolutely.
I way prefer Terminator 2.
And also,
And-
and also Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country.
I love that one. I love that one.
Star Trek
And for
6,
those in the
Christian Slater
comments-
was in that.
yeah, briefly.
And it's not like that we're saying that Point Break's a bad movie. There's just better action movies.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yes.
That's
There
what we're
are some
saying.
good scenes. Gary Busey, he was good in it.
I was gonna say
Gary
Gary Busey, was fun,
Busey
especially when he
was-
wanted those meatball
Mhm.
sandwiches. I could,
You know,
I
I
could
mean,
taste the acid of a dead rhino. You should got me 3 of them.
And,
I know I
Point
might
Break
get-
has-
I'm about to say I might get blasted for this, but I'll put Hudson Hawk. above
I
that.
like Hudson
Mm.
Hawk.
Yeah, me too. It's fun. It's not
Let me see what else came out. I would put Double Impact above it.
the Rocketeer.
Honestly.
The
Rocketeer.
I
Rocketeer
haven't
is
seen The
a
Rocketeer.
very underrated superhero movie, way before Iron Man. Speaking of that, Jennifer Connelly was in. And you know what's funny? The critics called it Top Gun meets Raiders of the Lost Ark. Speaking of Jennifer Connelly, she's
And oh
in
yeah,
Top Gun.
Robin
Maverick.
Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yes. Favorite Robin Hood movie. Kevin Costner. He wasn't perfect, but he's my favorite Robin Hood. You know
And even
that
going on to
Yeah, Hook.
I haven't seen Hook.
Hook, very underrated. Peter Pan. That's my
and
favorite
you know
Peter
what?
Pan
Even though
movie.
it wasn't.
I don't
really
care
a
what
theatrical
anybody
release.
says. I love Hook. I don't care what.
And,
anybody says.
Speaking of Catherine Bigelow, in terms of her directed films, I even prefer Near Dark, even though it's not an action movie. Just in terms of like Catherine Bigelow films, I prefer.
Did you know she directed Blue Steel with Jamie Lee Curtis? That's
I
a
have
good
not
one.
seen Blue Steel
Yeah,
yet.
I
Ron
Silver.
Silverman, he creeped the shit out of me in that movie. He
Ron
creeped-
Silverman's a great villain actor.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
yeah.
the
He's,
post.
he was a villain in Deadly Outbreak.
and Time Cop.
Yeah, no, I liked him in Deadly Outbreak, and I think he's in Silent.
And oh yeah,
Rage. I
Time
just haven't
Cop.
seen-
You can't forget about
Yeah.
him. He was a good villain in Time Cop.
Yeah, Tom.
I like
Cop,
how
yeah.
he's saying, you're just a fucking idiot. He's talking about Van Damme's character.
Okay, now here's a tough question: what is the best action movie of the '90s?
Definitely,
For me,
I will agree.
For me, it's Hard Boiled.
For me, it's T2. Definitely.
I have to really think about that.
Tie up Broken Arrow and Hard Targets.
I was gonna say maybe I should definitely fully watch Hard Target because it might be up there too.
Well, I'm,
I'm
having a-
gonna say Hard Boiled is my favorite action.
I'm not very familiar with 90s. I'm just more of like comedy,
guy?
like 90s comedy.
Oh,
I
okay,
follow that
that's
more.
fair. That's fair. There's nothing.
Did anyone
there's like-
remember
really-
House Party? I'm sure that.
I love. Who doesn't remember House Party? House Party, Kid
I
and
don't-
Play, man. They
Yes,
are
Kid
a
and
very
Play.
forgotten hip hop duo. They were back then. They were huge, but now people forgotten about them. Now they should. I see how hip hop is overshadowing rock and roll. Give Kid and Play a break.
Honestly, anything John Woo that came out in the '90s is the best of the '90s.
Definitely. What about
Hard
Face Off?
Target,
Did you like
Face Off.
Face Off? Very good.
I actually rewatched Face Off and I love it now. I love Face Off.
Under
I can be
Siege.
impeached for hours. I love Under Siege. Under Siege is a great one as well.
I
Same
haven't
thing
seen-
with Under Siege too. I have
I have-
not seen Ronin though.
I have
I
not seen
got to
Ronin.
see
Ronin
1988
is
with Robert De Niro.
Ronin is decent. Ronin is decent.
I hear it has.
Yeah, the Matrix. Yeah.
Matrix as well.
Oh, definitely the Matrix, the first one.
Total Recall.
Scooby.
Hey, let's not forget. Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead.
I love that movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Christina Applegate, very fun comedy.
Guys, have you noticed that we're talking about movies from the '90s instead of modern films?
Exactly.
Because that was a better decade.
If anything,
I
besides
prefer
John
the
Wick or-
'80s, but yeah, the '90s have.
I think the '90s was actually a slightly. I mean, I didn't grow up in any of the eras. I just watched the films, even though I was born in '99. I think the '90s is the best decade for film. I think, in my opinion.
I was
There's
about to
actually another
say,
film I should really
um,
get that's actually just 30 years old.
It's in the
Passenger 57.
still on the
Yes,
category-
Wesley Snipes. Yeah, that was the movie that made him an action
Wesley
star.
Snipes.
on the category
Bruce
of
Wayne
best
as
action
villain.
movies.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, early role for Liz Hurley. She was smoking. And she's
Wait,
still smoking
John,
back
you were
then.
saying?
I said like on that category of best '90s action movies, I would throw GoldenEye into that category.
Ah, there you go. Speaking
What
of James
about
Bond,
what
yes,
about Total
indeed.
Recall? What about
Yeah,
Total
Total
Recall?
Recall.
Yeah,
Star-
Total Recall. Yeah.
I'm looking at a bunch right here.
and Starship Troopers.
Demolition
I need
Man,
to rewatch Starship
More-
Troopers. I need to rewatch that.
True
I like
Lies.
Starship Troopers. True
Tombstone,
Lies. This movie's up there for sure.
Oh yeah,
The
What
Crow.
end of day since it came out in
Yeah.
'99.
End of
Eraser.
Days is decent. It was decent. It was a different role for
Supposedly Tom
Schwarzenegger.
Cruise was
You're
going
a
to be up for
quiet
the role.
boy. A quiet boy. A
Yes.
quiet boy.
Supposedly Tom Cruise was going to be up for the role of Jericho, but I'm glad that Arnold did it.
It would have been interesting if Stallone took that role.
Cliffhanger.
Mm,
Cliffhanger.
that's
100%.
Cliffhanger. Demolition Man. Let's not forget
Yeah.
that.
Demolition
Marked
Man, yeah.
for Death. Marked for Death was
Oh,
Steven.
yeah.
That is my
That's-
favorite Seagal movie,
Yeah,
Marked
that's
for
Marked
Death.
That and Above the Law are tied for my favorite Steven
Oh
Seagal
yes.
film. Starship Troopers is pretty
I still
awesome.
haven't seen that one.
Guyver 2. Guyver 2.
I love the first Guyver. I love
I
that.
prefer
It's
Guyver
okay,
too.
but I just hate what they did with Mark Hamill's character by turning him into a fucking cockroach.
But do you guys like?
They made
do you
him
guys
the
like,
main character on the cover
Hey,
art.
Eric.
He's
Yeah,
not
that's
the
why I didn't
Guyver.
like it.
Mark
That was
Hamill's
a
not
little
the
deceiving,
Guyver.
if you ask me.
But do you guys like Guyver too?
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't seen it.
Yeah, moments.
Do
I
not
love
see it.
Guyver too.
I definitely thought that what's his face, Sean. Gosh, what is his face?
He was
Yeah,
the
that-
voice
he
of
voiced
Metal
Snake
Gear
in the
Solid.
Metal-
He was voice of Solid Snake.
Yeah, Solid Snake.
Can you guys? I know this
David
is a
Hyder.
stupid
That's his
question.
name, not Sean, but
What?
David.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
please.
hear you okay.
Oh, because so on my end, I'm trying to load pages on like a separate tab, and
Yeah.
it seems like my internet's not working. So I was
I
making
don't know.
sure
It could
that
be. Who do you have? Is it Spectrum?
yeah, sudden link.
Oh,
Sunlink,
for
okay. Oh, yeah,
best
Sunlink,
90s
you said
action,
Sunlink
let's throw
Spectrum.
in let's throw in for best 90s action, let's throw in Sudden
Desperado.
Impact.
I don't know. Would Mortal Kombat? Do you guys like
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
from
Who
the
doesn't
90s?
like
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat,
Kombat?
yes.
Absolutely Mortal
Yep.
Kombat. Let's throw in Mortal Kombat.
Desperado. Definitely put in Desperado. Antonio Banderas, badass.
The Rock.
The Rock.
No, I
Con Air?
I
Yes.
don't mind the original one. El Mariachi.
Welcome
It
to
was a
the
decent
Rock.
film.
Blade?
The budget was-
Yeah, Blade.
yeah,
That's
Blade,
a
the
great
first
one.
Blade.
Definitely
Yeah.
Blade.
There
Con
you go.
Air. Don't forget Con Air.
Con
now.
Air.
Why couldn't you?
Dark
put
As
Knight.
long
the
as I
bunny
make it
back
home
in
on
the
time,
box?
it mix, no, never mind.
Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
RoboCop 2.
RoboCop 2.
Yeah, RoboCop 2, yeah.
Since 1990.
Not RoboCop 3.
No
No.
way.
I'll still take it over the 2014 reboot any day of the week.
Predator 2.
No,
Don't
not
forget Predator
RoboCop
2.
3.
Predator 2. Predator 2.
Predator
Oh, yes,
2.
Yeah, Predator 2,
Predator
yeah.
2.
Ooh,
John
Predator
Gary
2.
put the
Yeah,
Jackal.
good choice.
Tombstone.
Good choice. I love.
How about the Long Kiss
Seems
Goodnight?
good.
How about the Long
Yeah,
Kiss
that's a
Goodnight?
great one.
Yeah.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Damn,
Yes,
there's so
yes,
many
yes.
movies I gotta
Oh,
see.
honey, only 3 inches.
Yeah.
Enemy of the State. I love Enemy. Independence Day.
Oh,
Independence Day.
Enemy of
Yeah,
the
that's a
State.
good one.
Very good movie.
Independence Day, yeah.
Lethal
Oh,
Weapon
Rock.
3.
Lethal
The
Weapon
Rock.
4, yes.
If you really think
Four.
about it,
Yep,
Nicolas Cage had an unofficial 90s trilogy of action movies.
He was
Yeah,
he was
The Rock
looking he was
and
the
Con
big
Air.
he was becoming the big action star around that time. He
Yeah.
The
just
Fifth
went,
Element.
after winning an Oscar,
Fifth
he's
Element.
like, I'm gonna go nuts. And that was a
Yeah,
good
he had
stretch
Snake
road
Eyes,
for him.
8
right here.
millimeter,
Die Hard 2. Die Hard 2.
Die Hard 2. Oh yeah, Die Hard with a Vengeance. Damn good one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I haven't seen The Jackal.
The Jackal, it's a
I have not
decent
seen The
movie.
Jackal.
It's decent.
Definitely love
It's
to
a
see where he's
remake
in
of a
type.
movie called Day of the Jackal. It's a remake of that.
Obviously, The Crow, but I don't consider it fully action. I consider it like part supernatural, part action, part drama.
Enemy of the State.
I would put
Will
Enemy of the
Smith.
State up there.
Any
I
love
love
for
Enemy of the
Daylight?
State.
That's an underrated.
Daylight,
Daylight,
is very
yeah, that's a good
underrated.
one.
Very
Let's not
underrated.
Was
Yeah,
Mercury
yeah.
Rising from 90s?
Yeah.
Yes,
Deep
I love
98.
Mercury
Yeah.
Rising. Bruce Willis gets the kick out Baldwin in the chest.
Jurassic
One of my
Park.
favorites. Legend of Drunken
Oh yes.
Bastard.
Speaking of Jackie Chan, Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah, Rumble in the Bronx.
I
That's-
actually saw that for the first time. I don't know. I didn't really like Rumble in the Bronx that much.
Well,
I thought the
watch
action was
this one.
good.
This one right here you should
And
watch.
First Strike.
I
was
have
okay.
not seen. I gotta see Legend of Drunken Master.
And let's not
I gotta
forget
see
Rush Hour.
Yeah, Rush
More
Hour.
popular. Oh yeah, John Gary said Replacement
let me
Killer. That's actually a
see.
good one right
The
there.
Replacement Coach, very underrated movie as well.
Let me
Chow
actually
Yun
look at my
Fat.
I
letterbox
like
and
Chow
let me
Yun
see
Fat
what
and
are
Mara
some more
Sevilla. Too
good.
bad that Harvey Weinstein fucked up her career, blacklisted her.
Here's
Harvey
really good
Weinstein's a
question
horrible person, though.
from Sean Little.
Shit. I hope he gets some jail time.
Fuck Weinstein.
He will. He will.
Fuck Weinstein.
Just like Alec Baldwin, he's about to get some jail time. You hear about that?
Him and Alec Baldwin should share a cell. In fact,
Wait. Last '90s action pick, Lionheart.
Yeah, that's a good one. Solid Van Damme movie.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That they should stop using
Cliffhanger
Steve
from the
Jackson.
90s?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which one?
Cliffhanger.
did anyone like
Cliffhanger,
Nowhere
yeah.
to Run when Van Damme was also in this?
I did
That's a
not
good
see
one,
Nowhere
too.
to One.
That's an underrated one.
That was like a western.
Wait. Top 5 '90s horror.
Ooh.
I don't
Tremors,
Tremors.
Arachnophobia,
know. Arachnophobia.
Jacob's Ladder.
Jacob's Ladder.
Okay.
The other two I have to think about.
We'll go one at a time. So John, and now Wildman.
I have to look the other two up.
You say top 5 horror?
Top 5 '90s horror.
Okay. Okay. 1, I'll go with Tremors. 2, I'll go with Scream. 3, what else came out that year? Yeah, I mean that decade. What else? What else came-
Leprechaun had a lot of Leprechaun movies in the 90s.
Um,
Yeah.
Never got into it. Okay, I know Tremors, and there was Tremors, and there was Scream.
Okay.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Didn't they make Mimic back then too? They made like Mimic
Yeah,
and
Mimic.
Species in the 90s.
Yeah, 4 Species for sure, and 5. It has to be what else? 5. What else came out? What horror? What other horror movie came out that? I know I had to go with Halloween H2O. Halloween H2O, number 5. Halloween H2O.
I was wondering if somebody was going to bring that up.
I would throw, as far as the other two, In the Mouth of Madness. That's a great movie.
Good
And
pick.
then, and maybe, golly. Huh.
I know it's a
Oh,
loaded
I forgot.
question.
I forgot. Warlock came out that year.
Yeah, I'm looking at-
That decade. Yeah.
I'm looking at some right here. Maybe Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, that's also 91. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a horror
Yeah.
movie. I could put. Yeah.
What say you guys?
Okay, so
We'll
for
come back to
me-
this. We'll come back to this question in a second.
Okay. For me, it would be Scream 2. I don't know if that'd be number 1, but it's up there. Tremors. Brain Dead by Peter Jackson.
Oh wait, that's a good one.
Jacob's Ladder. And Scream 1. I know it's a cop-out, but I think Scream 1. Actually, no, wait. Instead of Scream 1, throw it out for because I'm looking at my letterbox. Throw in From Dusk Till Dawn, maybe.
Yeah. I should have said that.
Ooh,
From
good
Dusk Till
choice.
Dawn, of course. Oh.
I mean, I think that's where I'm at. Actually, no. Throw out From Dusk Till Dawn and put in Cemetery Man.
I haven't seen
Put in
that one.
Cemetery Man. That's the most underrated zombie movie you'll ever watch in your life.
I haven't seen that one either.
But From Dusk Till Dawn will be an honorable mention. How about that?
Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic.
It's a
definitely.
classic. You can't beat From Dusk Till Dawn.
Absolutely.
I've never seen the sequels to From Dusk Till Dawn.
I
not bad.
remember they did a TV show. I'm not sure.
I
how
like
long
them. I've liked
I think
the
I have an idea
TV
what
show
my
and the
list will be, at
sequels.
least for the top 5 horror. One will be Jacob's Ladder. I guess
Mhm.
you could say the other one would be Body Parts, Eric Red.
Okay.
Misery.
That's a great one.
Definitely a classic.
It's hard to decide between the others because I don't think I saw enough. I would say Arachnophobia because I remember seeing that a bit more. And you know what? Exorcist 3.
And then on a side note, the worst 90s horror movie is Alien 3.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
I agree.
no doubt, no fucking doubt.
That is
No,
the
I'm
worst
not
90s
down.
horror film.
No,
I'm not gonna disagree with
Hidden
that
to
one.
the Spawning
to
is
get
a
into
much
that
worse
movie,
horror
man.
film right there. Alien
When
3 is a
that
fucking classic.
that franchise shot itself in the head when that movie came out. It
But
shot
here's the
itself-
thing,
Yeah.
I don't get it because Aliens is like the perfect ending to a franchise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like doesn't make any fucking
You know what's
sense.
sad? If nowadays, if that came out, people would praise it for being ballsy.
Oh no, they'd say it's dark, it's ambiguous,
Yeah.
it's edgy. You
Well,
know,
they did that back
Yeah,
then.
I'm
too,
kind of
right?
torn between that, but I've seen much worse. Hidden to the Spawning, a sequel to the original Hidden, is even worse. Alien 3 is a fucking masterpiece compared to that piece of shit.
Yeah.
If you saw Hidden 2,
Also-
you would say, you know what, Alien 3 is a better movie than this piece of shit.
it would have to be pretty bad Hidden too.
Yeah, because you
Haven't
know
seen-
what?
I mean,
you
it's
didn't get
better
any
than
more.
Creepshow
You
3.
didn't get any more hidden sequels. Same with Neverending Story 3. That's an even worse film than
You know what? The '90s was the worst time for trilogies because you had Beverly
Yeah,
Hills Cop
you had
3,
Neverending Story
Alien
3,
3,
which,
Never
by
Ending
God,
Story
Godfather
3.
Part
no.
Yeah, Never Ending Story 3 with Jack
Yeah,
Black
I
and
was
the
thinking
Xeno.
RoboCop
Three,
3.
yeah,
It was the
shit.
90s was the curse for trilogies.
Also, wait,
Godfather Part
honest,
3 come out in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Godfather-
Lawnmower Man 2. That's an even worse
1990.
sequel right there. Bottom of the
Oh
fucking
wait,
barrel.
on a side note, an honorable mention would be Candyman for best horror movies of the 90s.
Yeah, I forgot about
For
Candyman.
how can I forget about that?
And then Child's Play 2. Fuck.
Oh yes.
How'd I forget about that?
yes.
Johnny beat us to it.
Damn it.
Speaking of Child's Play, you're gonna watch the new season of Chucky.
Heck
I have
no.
not watched the show.
I haven't
It
even watched
has,
No, me either.
moments. It has moments.
What do you guys think
I
about
think they
this
should
question?
stop using CGI in animals. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's apparently
Yeah.
a CGI
Yeah, they need to stop being lazy with that. Unless unless there's a reason to do it. Stop being lazy with animals when it comes to
Well, I mean,
CGI.
apparently-
Enough.
the reason they
Yeah.
keep doing it, I guess it's a lot easier than working with real animals.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah,
go
but there's
back.
animal
Movies
trainers,
are
there's
about
dog
hard work. Go
trainers.
back doing some hard work for a
Wait,
change.
I just thought about something too. Like I haven't
What?
seen Prey, but didn't they
But
use
there's
a they used a
CGI
real
bear.
dog in that movie? What?
Wasn't there a CGI bear in Prey?
Yeah, no, I'm saying there's a dog in Prey that's a real dog, but they have bears in the film that are CGI.
I mean, highlight Euro's comment because I actually mentioned a movie.
No, they're still doing Prey. They have a dog as the main character fight the predator.
Hey, Euro, I actually mentioned that movie, The Kiss. Joanna Pacula is pretty good in that.
Oh, she is
Same
gorgeous.
with,
I love her. I love her. She is gorgeous.
Gosh, what was her name? She's married to Patton Oswalt. I should know her name. It's
By the way, Matt Thomas, he won't be able to make it, but if we can give him a shout out.
Aw.
Hey,
Shout
Matt,
out to
I
Matt
wish you could
Thomas,
come.
shout out to
We miss
Canada.
you. We miss you, man. We love
We
you.
miss you, man. Shout out to Canada.
Meredith
Shout out to
Salinger.
Matt.
That's who I'm thinking of. Meredith Salinger. She was gorgeous back in the day.
Oh yeah. She's on social media. Yeah, she looks great. She was in Lake Placid.
Yeah, she was also in a film called Dream a Little Dream as well.
Yes, the two Corys. Yeah.
Yep. Both. Oh yeah.
Robin
Jason
Lively
Cooper.
was in the sequel to that, and she. Let me ask you this: how many of you were surprised when she came back for Cobra Kai? I was surprised. I had no idea.
That was pretty cool, I will say.
Yeah, she was a cousin of Amanda.
Robin Lively.
Yeah, she was in Karate Kid. You know who her sister is, right?
I don't. I have a Top Gun T-shirt. I'm trying to get more movie T-shirts. It's just a matter of time and stuff to get them.
I know I have a movie TV shirt. It's The Goonies. It's that guy. He said, "That's what I said."
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put this back.
I have a Cobra Kai and Rambo T-shirt. By the way, speaking of Robin Lively, you know who her sister is, right?
Blake
Lively. Yeah.
Blake Lively. Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
Out of all the bad movies I've seen in 2001,
I don't know about Freddie Got Fingered. I mean,
Yeah.
I like Tom Green. Tom Green was huge with his show at the time, so I liked him.
I mean, I liked him in Eurotrip. That was
Dad, would you like some sausage? Dad, would you like some sausage?
I haven't seen Freddy Got Fingered, but hey, watch
Put your own sausage.
Oh yeah, I liked his little cameo in Charlie's Angels where he played the Chad.
The Chad. She liked the Chad.
Yeah, Back to the Future 3.
That's a good sequel.
Yes.
Back to the Future 3.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good
It had
sequel. I like
moments.
it.
I liked it. I liked the fact that it was half a Western. Of course, a lot of people didn't like it because at the end, the DeLorean got destroyed.
Yeah, but it's a good ending to the series, I think.
Yeah, but the video game, there's a video game that's kind of like a fourth movie.
Really?
Yeah, they came out with a video game back in.
Was it by Telltale?
Yeah, that was it. Michael J.
Oh.
Fox, Christopher Lloyd came back.
They all did.
And the original Jennifer, she came back.
Huh.
Claudia Wells, she came back.
What about Bib? Did they get him back?
I think so. I don't remember, but I remember it was like it does take place after part 3. Yeah.
And then wait, Johnny Jerry, to answer your question,
Oh yeah.
I find Leon to be boring. Honestly, I don't care what
decent.
anyone says.
I do have that.
I've never seen it.
Definitely,
I'm not trying to be a
film debut.
I mean, I get that, I like his performance, Jean Reno's, but there's
And Gary
barely
Oldman,
any
he
action.
really outshined in that role too.
He stole the show in that movie. Everyone.
No, I like Gary Oldman. He was good. But there's barely any action. Natalie Portman was pretty good for a child role, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It was okay. I mean, I don't think
It
it's
had
that
some
great.
action, but it wasn't really. And of course, there the controversy with that.
Yeah. I prefer La Femme Nikita to that movie.
Femme Nikita is a much better movie. I remember the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Looking back, I didn't. The movie's better. The movies, and of course, they
Honestly-
did a remake, Point No Return with Bridget Fonda. That was like an American remake.
Oh yeah.
How was that? I never saw Point of No Return.
It was
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Gabriel Byrne
Bridget
was also
Fonda,
in
she
it.
did a great job. She did a
Mulroney
great
was
job
also
in the
in there. Oh yeah, who could forget? Olivia de Abo was also in there for briefly.
I mean,
yeah.
for a foreign language French
Anne
action
Bancroft.
movie, I think it's pretty good. La Femme Nikita, definitely one of the more underrated female-led '90s action movies. Back when people know how to lead female action stars.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Nowadays, it's like men suck. Wham.
Whatever.
And the Lord
Speaking of Natalie Portman,
Wah.
she should come back in a
that same
sequel. She
female
should do the
actress
sequel.
Annie whatever you pronounce her name. She was also in a film called Innocent Blood or something like that. It was a vampire.
Oh yeah. John Landis. That was like I think that was one of his last movies.
Oh yeah,
You mean
Innocent
the
Blood's a
murderer?
good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Robert Loggia.
Robert Loggia, yeah.
Yeah, he was in
Oh
there as a villain.
yeah, that's a good vampire flick.
My favorite horror movie, which is also my favorite werewolf movie of all time, American Werewolf in London. Classic.
I'm gonna be seeing
never
that for
seen
the
it.
first. I'm gonna be
you
seeing it
never
for the
saw it?
first
You
time.
never saw it?
No, I
I'm
got the
gonna be
Blu-ray.
seeing it for the first
Yeah,
time
same
in
here. I got
October.
the Arrow Blu-ray as well.
That
too.
led the way. That movie led the way for horror movies mixing up comedy. That started all way before.
But do you like The Howling?
The Howling's good, but I definitely prefer American Werewolf because that wolf transformation is 10 times better than that one in that movie. I'm telling you.
Howling transformation's really good though. You
Yeah,
have
it's
to be
good,
honest.
but you can't tell me you can't top the transformation of American Werewolf. No
I
way.
haven't seen
It
the
won an
film yet.
Oscar for that. Rick Baker, for crying out loud.
Rick Baker
Anyone
is a good
like
effects
Bad
artist.
Moon?
I like Bad Moon.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
good
that's
one.
underrated. I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray. I saw
Yeah,
it not
same
too
here.
long ago.
What do you think of Silver Bullet?
I have not seen Silver Bullet.
I was
I've
getting ready to
seen
ask, what did you
I like
guys'
Jared,
favorite
you've seen it,
werewolf
that's for
movies? Or
My
movie?
favorite werewolf movie is either Dog Soldiers or The Howling.
American Werewolf in London.
I have
here.
got to see
Same
American
here.
Werewolf in
Yeah,
London
Silver
Same
Bullet.
here.
this October.
Did anyone like
You
the
know what?
Guardian William freaking?
I think it's Dog Soldiers. Honestly, I think it's Dog
John,
Soldiers.
what's your favorite werewolf?
Silver Bullet, probably. But I love
Bobby?
Dog Soldiers.
Have you seen
Bobby,
American
what's
Werewolf
yours?
in London?
Me?
No, John.
I have the Blu-ray, but I haven't seen it yet.
Check it out, man. It's classic.
I'll be checking out this October as well.
Classic.
And then Bobby, what's yours?
I like the original
Favorite werewolf film?
Wolfman.
Scotty?
Wolfman, okay.
You guys remember Wolf with Jack Nicholson?
I've
Yes.
heard of it.
I
heard of it a
enjoyed that flick, especially him and.
I
James
didn't mind the
Spader
Wolf
in there.
remake.
Do you
I didn't
guys-
mind the Wolfman remake with Benicio
Do you
del
guys
Toro.
like this werewolf film called Late Phases?
Never heard of it.
Seen it. Never heard
seen it.
It's a modern werewolf film. It's pretty good. It's about like a blind Vietnam vet. There's not a lot of werewolf action, but it's all practical. And it's a really good film. I recommend it.
I was gonna say, does anyone remember William Friedkin's The Guardian?
I've heard of it. I just
That
know
sounds
it's about
familiar,
Killer
yeah.
Tree. It's about Killer Tree, I think.
A Killer Tree.
No, it was about some woman that's a druid and she's like part of the tree and takes these babies and somehow they somehow become embedded with the tree.
Oh, that sounds.
So wait.
disturbing.
So wait, the tree has sex with. I'm just kidding. So it's a,
Not to my knowledge.
okay. So that sounds interesting, though. I like William Friedkin as a director. My
He's a great
favorite
director.
Friedkin film is To Live and Die in L.A.
Oh, that is a
Yeah.
classic.
That
You could
is
tell.
an awesome
You could tell that was
movie.
like his follow up to the French Connection.
I love The Hunted.
That's a good one.
Honestly, I think I like To Live and Die in L.A. more than The Exorcist. I
That
think
is a
so.
classic. To Live and Die in
Yeah.
LA.
I
is
love the
classic.
William Chung score. I love the performances from William Peterson.
Willem Dafoe, great
Willem
bad
Dafoe is
guy.
the villain. How come Willem Dafoe is either always a villain or he always dies in a movie? Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah.
Like, there has to
You
be
know,
a
he didn't
record.
die. You ever heard this movie he did called Streets of Fire? He didn't die in that. He played the villain. He didn't die.
I've
in
heard of that. I've always wanted to watch.
Walter
Streets of
Hill
Fire by
directed
Walter
that.
Hill.
That has a good soundtrack too. Streets of Fire. Walter Hill.
I've always wanted to see that movie. It looks like a 50s inspired rock film.
You
Action
can tell that Sin City was inspired by that. The way it looked, you can tell Sin City was inspired by that.
That's a good thing because I love Sin City. Speaking of Walter Hill, does anyone here like Extreme Prejudice?
I was gonna.
Oh yeah, of course. That's a very
Haven't
underrated,
Haven't seen it.
underrated movie. Nick Nolte was badass in that movie.
And you also had a great score by Jerry Goldsmith too.
Nick
Oh no, yeah,
Nolte,
and the cast in that movie is insane. Nick Nolte, Clancy Brown,
Michael
William
Ironside.
Alonso, Michael
Michael-
Ironside.
Howard
fucking
Brewster,
Powers
Brewster.
Booth.
he was a good as a villain. Marie
As long
Catino
as you got
Alonso.
a face, as long as you got a
Powers
face-
Booth.
Final Shootout.
Powers Booth, yeah. Maria
I mean,
Conchita Alonso.
How come
yeah.
people don't talk about Extreme Prejudice as much as they should?
I don't
Like,
know.
I don't get it. It feels like a peck and paw film mixed with an 80s action movie. I think
Yes.
that's what it feels like.
Yeah,
and
Extreme
Maria
Extreme
Jennings,
Prejudice,
Madonna,
very
producer,
underrated movie. Nick
Mario
Nolte was
Castor, too.
badass in that movie.
That made me notice Walter Hill more. That and Last Man Standing and The Warriors.
Last Man Standing, underrated as well.
I
Bruce
think
Willis.
Last Man Standing is one of Bruce Willis's better films.
I agree,
Most-
and underrated
I-
too.
I mean, he dual wields like 2 9mm and just blows people's away. That's badass.
You can tell that was a remake to A Fistful of Dollars. That was like a gangland version of A Fistful
like
of
a
Dollars.
Yojimbo Fistful of Dollars type movie. Very underrated. I like it a lot.
I love it.
I know Vinegar Syndrome just put out Blu-ray of that. Vinegar
Really?
Syndrome.
Cloak and Dagger? Cloak and Dagger?
Yeah.
Cloak and
19
Dagger.
released-
Oh, I remember Henry
They
Thomas.
didn't just
That
put
was
it out on Blu-ray. They put it out on 4K. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cloak
So
and
they go-
Dagger. That's the movie that made me discover Henry Thomas way before E.T. When I saw
fact-
Henry Thomas, it was Cloak and Dagger. It wasn't E.T. with me.
In fact, Vinegar Syndrome just announced that Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is coming out on 4K, which I'll definitely be grabbing.
Interesting.
I heard they're coming out with a
Texas
video game of Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah. I heard Killer Clowns is coming out.
Yes.
So
But
wait,
it's going to be
didn't Vinegar
multiplayer
Syndrome
mainly.
do a recent edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, I think it was?
Yeah, they're coming out. It's a pre-order.
Is it going to be cheaper than the Scream Factory one? Because it was starting to get up there in price.
the
Streets of
Factory
Fire.
one's out of
Streets of
print,
Fire. Very underrated
So
movie.
definitely.
I haven't seen that one either.
Streets of
Currently,
Fire.
The second one, not the
price.
first.
Diane Lane was in that. Michael Pierre, Diane Lane, Bill
really gotta
Paxton.
see
Bill
Streets of
Paxton was
Fire.
in that movie. Streets of Fire. He was in that.
Streets of Fire, and Trespass are Walter Hill films I want to watch. Definitely.
Check
really
them
bad.
out. Check them out.
I'll especially Trespass too. Trespass looks good.
Very
I got
very
that
underrated.
film on Blu-ray too. Trespass.
And then you were asking about the price for Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 from Vinegar Syndrome.
Mhm.
It's currently like $42.99. I'll definitely pick it up because that's like a great Texas Chainsaw film. Horror Boy, do you like that one? Deep
What's
Fried?
up?
No, Deep Fried. Do you like that one?
Okay, you're talking.
Which one is it?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Do you like that sequel?
Oh, I love it. I'm picking up the 4K here soon. I
Yeah.
love that movie a lot. It's one of my favorite sequels.
Are they only
Where
doing the
also-
second one, and not the original?
They're not going to do the original. No, they're doing the second one only.
Well, the
Where would
original
you-
I think already has like 5 4K or something like
No,
that.
the original has so many Blu-ray releases. It's not
Yeah,
even.
that's what I'm
funny.
trying to figure out. Which one should I even get? Which one's the
I
best?
know there's like a 4-disc Blu-ray edition that looks like a DVD, but it's a Blu-ray, and that's supposed to be the best version because it has the most features. I think that one is from Dark Side. I forget the name of the company. It looks awesome though, and then in Germany it has 4K.
Oh yeah,
which
is anyone excited about the Second Sight Hitcher Blu-ray? The actual.
I
original?
am. I want to see
wanna
that
get
movie
that one.
so bad.
The Hitchers
And then
are great.
Second Sight, I want to pick up their Dawn of the Dead Blu-ray for sure.
I guess I can't agree. E.T. is a bit overrated, but it's a class. But still, it's a classic.
I have not
fun little
seen
family film. That's what I'll
E.T.
say.
I haven't seen E.T. in over a decade, so I cannot comment. It's been a long ass time since I've seen E.T.
I like the film, but it's not rewatchable for me.
Did you know? You
mean-
remember the story about the video game? It was one of the first
Yeah,
terrible
it got
movie
dumped in the
based.
Mexican landfill.
One of the first horrible movie based games of all time.
Like Superman
That's what I've heard.
64 and all that stuff.
That bad.
Bobby.
Shit. Get beat up by
Oh my gosh,
Fabio. Have Pippi long stocking throw out Victor
You mean
Salva.
Alex Baldwin? You mean Alec Baldwin, right? Not Alex.
Yeah, I think that's what he means. So let me start. Have PP throw Alec Baldwin into space. Have Kevin Spacey get punched, and then have Fabio beat up Victor Salva because that'd be really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I'll make that a live stream.
Invite
goes,
Victor
"Hey."
Salva as a guest, and then have him beat the shit out of him. That'd be awesome. That'd be funny.
You know what? Speaking of Alec Baldwin, you know how Amber Turd is like a nickname. How about this smart Alec Baldwin? How about that? That's his name. Smart Alec Baldwin.
Who said, was it Fabio on the stream that said that somebody or Alec Baldwin sold his house?
Yeah, I think someone told Fabio that someone sold his house in a stream. I forget who it
Alec
was.
Baldwin?
That was, but yeah. I mean,
He's trying to escape. He's trying to go on the run. That's what he's trying to do.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have killed people.
He thinks he's Jack
Maybe.
Ryan.
He thinks he's fucking OJ. That's it.
Yeah.
You think he can pull an OJ?
Well, Deep Fried,
Or-
he was
wait,
in here in a
where'd he go?
second. Yeah, I don't know. He'd be back.
Did Alec Baldwin get you?
Oh, fuck.
Alec Baldwin got you.
But I think he's the horror boy, right?
Yeah, he's a horror boy. I used to watch his
Yeah.
stuff a few years ago.
So hopefully he'll be back.
Yeah, hopefully Alec Baldwin releases him.
Yeah.
I hope
Oh,
I hope he goes to jail.
I hope Alec Baldwin goes. I mean, he killed. He was one of the producers of the set, so he should have known better. Honestly, he still wants to do Rust.
Oh, jeez.
Or at
Bust
least
his
I
butt.
heard.
Person just died, and you want to continue? Get out of here. Go to jail.
It's not gonna happen.
Why
Matt
don't
T
you-
couldn't make it. DJ.
Who?
No, DJ was asking about Matt Thomas. He couldn't.
Yeah,
make it
he
tonight.
couldn't make it. But you know,
That's
it
life.
happens. People are busy. It's I get you. Maybe
It is.
one day, but you know.
There's always there, Dave. We're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're
he was
still
going
here.
to. I have heard about Clerks 3.
I haven't heard about it.
I
don't
have
really care
not
about
seen it. I have not seen it.
I've heard about it. I'm not really a Kevin Smith guy, so
it. He's
Kevin
lost
Smith
his
never
touch.
heard.
What the fuck happened to that guy? Jeez.
Too much.
well, I don't
weed
like
brain
what I've
cells.
heard of him, that's for sure.
He lost his brain
But-
cells somewhere at smoking.
He just like Speed. He lost his head.
Like instead of Dennis Hopper, it's Kevin. Oh my God, we were worried
Deep
about
fried.
you. Dude.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Alex, for letting me go.
DJ was asking
Oh,
about you.
good. Yeah, DJ was just asking about you, dude.
Yeah, it's I'm the horror boy. That's my old name.
Mhm.
I changed my channel name. Still don't do horror content. I just wanted to do that, just to kind of
I get you.
not have the channel be like one thing. Kind of do different things.
Right. Good to expand.
You probably
get you.
seen me pop up on Rambo Raft's videos here and there.
I think I have actually, honestly.
Wait,
And then I watched Match Netflix video on Clerks 1 and 3. I mean,
I've heard.
I'm not really a Kevin Smith guy, so I wouldn't know about Clerks. I'm not the guy to talk to about that, but I mean, yeah, I haven't heard good things about it. I do want to see his movie Chasing Amy. That looks good.
yeah, I got that somewhere in my collection.
I like.
Kevin
seen
Smith's
Tusk.
daughter was in this very cool anthology horror film. You ever heard of Holidays?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it deals with
Wasn't she in
Valentine's
Yoga
Day,
Hosers,
Father's
too?
Day, Christmas, Halloween, and the Halloween part was written by Kevin Smith, and his daughter was in it.
Interesting.
But you were saying
Wasn't
that
she in
she was
Yoga Hosers?
Yeah,
Probably.
I think so.
I know it's Lily. What's her? Johnny Depp's daughter Lily was in the film. That's all I can tell you.
Lily Rose Depp.
Lily Rose.
You know, for some reason, people were so like, I don't get this. People were mad at Lily Rose Depp because she didn't say anything about what's happening during the Johnny Depp trial. And I'm like thinking to myself, why are you going to involve Johnny Depp's daughter in this? She has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
And they were like mad at Johnny Depp's daughter for some reason. I don't know why.
Give her a break. She's just a kid.
Yeah, no, they were like saying to herself, well, why aren't you saying anything during the trial? And I'm like, well, she doesn't
Just
have
a
to.
bunch of angry SJWs with nothing better. To
I don't know. They were mad at her for.
They were
That's-
mad
That's
at
why
her.
they're mad at everything because they're so fucking bored and miserable. So who gives a shit?
Leave her
Yeah.
alone. Leave
Yes,
her the
leave
fuck
her
alone.
alone.
Same thing. And then, you know, speaking of Ellen Barkin was shit talking Johnny Depp in the
Ellen,
trial.
why the fuck? I like Ellen Barkin. Come on, Ellen.
Oh, what you
Jeez.
guys think of the trailer for the Johnny Depp Amber Heard movie?
They already came out with a trailer.
It's
I didn't
already
know
on
about
Tubi.
that.
It's on Tubi
Oh
already.
my god, let me
That
see.
came
this.
out too
What?
fast. It came out too fast. It's like they're exploiting and stuff
No.
Yeah,
already.
it's on Tubi.
I was gonna say,
No.
hey John, here's another good '90s action film, Mission Impossible. First,
Yes, but it's not. Yeah, it's not really action. Yeah, I guess you could say it's action. Yeah.
You're gonna laugh, Scotty, but I've only seen a little bit of the movie. I've only seen a little bit of the first Mission Impossible.
Have any of you guys seen her?
Wait,
seen
hold on, guys. I'm watching this.
I'm sorry.
He's watching the.
No. I'm gonna be right back. Continue talking. I'll be right
He's
back.
watching the Johnny Depp Heard movie. Can you imagine that? I mean,
They already did it already.
Yeah, it's on Tubi.
Oh,
The whole movie.
man.
they really rushed that movie fast.
They're trying to exploit it. It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen or heard about this new Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, have you seen it?
I need to check
I've
out.
been
I heard a lot
watching
of
that
good-
one. It's really good.
There always
Very, very
was a Jeffrey Dahmer movie with Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, and there was like another one in the '90s, I think, too.
Yeah, there was another one. I mean, how many? The guy's been dead for 20 years. We get it.
Yeah. Just like they did that Zach Efron when he was Ted Bundy. I don't know if it was any good or not.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Mark Harmon already played him in the movie.
Speaking of Zac Efron, have you seen him lately? Like he's cosmetically, he looks totally different.
I don't know. I
Last
haven't
thing
heard
I
of
know
it.
he did was that Firestarter re-app.
Well,
He was in
Yeah,
that.
I just saw that one. That was,
So
I think that was
I
honestly one of
just
the
saw
worst
the trailer
ones.
and it looks like crap.
yeah.
No
The
surprise.
trailer looks so low
It's-
budget. It's
sounds
not
like
even funny.
Sounds like a silly Lifetime movie. Lifetime always go after the all
is
biography.
so cheap. It is so cheap looking. It's hilarious. They have like 3 rows on each side. It's hilarious.
It sounds like a Lifetime movie. Lifetime movies always fuck up
The
autobiographies.
guy,
man.
kind of looks like Johnny Depp, but the girl that got to play Amber Heard looks nothing like her.
She looks nothing like her.
Oh my
They're
God.
trying to make money. It's a cash grab.
Yeah, it definitely is a cash grab, but it's too soon. This just happened.
Exactly. They're trying to exploit a situation already. When you
Should've
rush
waited a
something
year or
like that,
two.
you're exploiting it.
I wonder what Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's response is going to be, though. That's going to be interesting.
They would probably laugh at it.
They would. They
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
I
What?
wonder how they're going to show the crapping on the bed
Oh
scene.
God. Oh.
They're just gonna put some milk duds on the sheets
Jeez.
or something.
Oh.
And then it's like, but my dog got stung by a bee.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God.
I seen a little bit of the Dahmer show. I like Ryan Murphy and I like Evan Peters because I like American Horror Story. So maybe I'll check it out because they're involved with it. I've seen the last 2 episodes.
The crap will
oddly
probably be
enough.
CGI.
The crap.
Yeah.
It'll be a CG turd, and it's gonna look like it came out in the
CGI turd.
90s
Oh,
because
man.
it costs too much money to make a prop turd.
You can
Oh,
get
my
a fake turd at the dollar store. I mean,
You
for
can get
God's
a
sakes.
fake turd. You can get a
Oh
fake.
my God.
You can just make your own turd. You can make your own turd.
Jeez.
Just go to Wendy's, have a night out, and then make your own turd. Oh God!
If you go to White Castle, that's the worst.
No, if you go to fucking dude, if you go to Chili's, that shit's the worst. Quite literally.
What were we
Uh-oh,
talking
what's
about?
that?
Oh, what?
What's that noise?
I don't know. Maybe it's Amber
Uh-oh.
Heard coming through.
Maybe it's
Oh,
Amber
God.
Heard.
Yeah.
Mad that we're talking literal shit about her.
Let me ask you guys this: after the success of Top Gun Maverick, what sequel, what movie would you think would make a perfect legacy sequel?
It's a good
That's
question.
tough because I mean it's I don't know.
I'm thinking.
Damn it.
You know, not that I want to see it, but after all this time of them talking about it, I'm surprised they haven't done the Goonies yet.
Yeah,
Or Back to the Future.
Yeah,
they're never going to
maybe.
do that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Because the guy said so.
not that I want it to happen either, but I'm curious what they would do if they made a legacy sequel. Again, not that I want to see it. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Maybe since it's technically been 10 years, something like that, make another Universal Soldier sequel. Except, you know, I know because they made a couple direct-to-video sequels, but like make another one. Maybe something along those lines.
They can't ignore those sequels. Okay, for me,
Yeah, the direct-to-video films.
okay, for me, and I know just like with Top Gun that people were hungry for a sequel to this. It came out the same year. People are still hungry for it. Cobra.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cobra's really good though. Actually, wait a minute. What film do you guys prefer, Cobra or Top Gun?
Cobra.
Wait,
Cobra.
Man,
I haven't seen
that's a
either.
good one because it's funny because those two movies came out the same month, the same year.
Gremlins, I mean,
I haven't seen either movie.
Let me ask you if Top Gun never came out that year, do you think Cobra would have been a bigger movie if Top Gun wasn't?
Probably. I mean, Cobra's still talked about. Like, it's still a big movie.
Exactly, just like with Top Gun. That's why I believe they can still do a sequel, like with Top Gun Maverick.
I mean, to go on the opposite side of the spectrum, I think if Cobra never came out, Top Gun would have still been equally as big. But I think if Top Gun never came out, I think Cobra would have gotten a little bit more attention.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we would have gotten a sequel to Cobra. And if we did get a sequel to Cobra, how would you guys want to see it be done?
Why suddenly I just thought of the Running Man? Like, I could.
I mean, but technically it's over because they killed the game show host.
Yeah, but I wonder if like they would continue the story somehow. Again, I'm not encouraging it for Hollywood to go that direction, but
well, us even mentioning these film names is encouraging it. So we've already fucked up.
we got to be quiet. Yeah.
How about the real Mask 2?
But if I want to see a sequel to Cobra, I want to see how they should have done that Dirty Harry movie with it's relevant today. Crime has gone worse. It was with politicians, corruption, and Cobra. He just like with Top Gun Maverick, he creates his own the zombie squad. The zombie squad evolves. He creates his own team, and then he forces them to do some stuff around. Because I heard Stallone, he wanted to do something like that for a TV show, but he's got this other show, the Tulsa King. But yeah, if he does another sequel to Cobra, it should be like that, like Top Gun Maverick. He creates his own team, something like that.
That might work.
Because I like the Marion Cobretti character.
Yeah, because I know that Fabio, he went to a convention and he met the Andrew Davis, who played the asshole boss, and he was the bad guy in Dirty Harry. And of course, the guy who played Dirty Harry.
Scorpio! He met Scorpio.
Yeah, Scorpio, yeah.
Yep.
Row, your boat. Continue, though.
And the guy who played Dirty Harry's partner in the first movie, he played his partner in Cobra. That was a reference to that.
Poppy. Yeah, Rainey Santoni.
Yeah. Did you see the action figure?
Yeah, for Cobra, that's like $300.
Stallone did a video. It's funny. Stallone did a video introducing the action figure, which is great because he never talks about Cobra much. So it was kind of cool for him to.
Does he like Cobra? Because I know he's like a little picky about it.
I think he's kind of warmed up to it because he understands why people are hungry for it. He's seeing all these legacy sequels done. He's already done Rambo and Rocky. So Cobra, I believe he's warmed up to it a bit. I think he still wants to do something with it.
Do you think we'll ever see the fully uncut version of that movie?
I believe it's possible. I believe it's still possible.
Because, I mean, apparently the footage is still out there for the film.
Yeah.
I believe it's possible.
I said release that.
But what are some other films
I know it's supposed to be gorier also.
I was going to ask, like, what other films that you could think of that Wildman was asking about?
Legacy sequels?
Yeah, that. But I don't know. Maybe... Should we keep talking about this?
Well, hold on.
I definitely have to say Karate Kid, but in the Cobra Kai Miyagi verse, have like they can do with Star Trek. Go from a TV show and make a few movies.
Honestly, before it's too late, maybe I want this. Maybe, and I'm saying maybe, since it's Clint Eastwood and I know he doesn't fuck around. Maybe we should get one last Dirty Harry movie.
I agree. Gran Torino was supposed to be a last Dirty Harry, but for some reason he changed his mind. I don't know why.
Speaking of Dirty Harry, why the hell did John Wayne step out of that?
Because
he thought it was too violent.
Yeah, but that's why I like Clint Eastwood because he didn't give a shit. He just went all out.
Yeah, John Wayne turned it down because he thought it was too violent. Then later regretted it.
Then he did a movie. And then he tried to do his own Dirty Harry. Remember McHugh? That wasn't a bad movie. McHugh.
Brannigan was okay.
No, McHugh is way better. McHugh is way better. He had the car. He had that Uzi. He was badass. That was a cool take. His cool take on him as Dirty Harry.
What do you guys think about Brannigan?
It was okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. McHugh is way better. McHugh is way better.
I'll have to look into McHugh.
You're gonna love it.
I hope so. I hope it's better than Brannigan.
What were you asking, Steven?
I don't know if I was asking, but I was saying I love John Wayne. But I don't agree with some of his film opinions. Like, he didn't like the Wild Bunch. He did not.
Oh, he didn't like the Wild Bunch?
He did not like the Wild Bunch, no. He didn't like what it represented. And he didn't like High Noon. He said that he would have thought the townspeople would have helped out. I love John Wayne.
John Wayne, he was in that traditional hero mindset, so I don't.
Yeah, and I feel like, if he maybe stepped out of that, we would have gotten more movies.
He was supposed to do a movie with Clint Eastwood's character as the man with no name, but he turned it down, I heard.
Why does he keep turning down all these roles? Why? We could have gotten so many. I mean, I love the Shooters.
Is that why him Is that why him and Clinton ever worked together? That maybe Wayne.
He
that was
maybe
kind of
had like a little bit.
I
know
heard a
that-
story that he saw High Plains Drifter. He wanted to work with Clint Eastwood, but when he saw High Plains Drifter, he's like, "Fuck it, I'm not working with this kid."
But that movie's awesome.
Absolutely.
Plains
You know,
Drifter-
even Clint Eastwood had a story on Inside the Actors Studio where he talked about John Wayne was doing the shootist, and John Wayne didn't want to shoot anybody in the back, and then someone told him Clint Eastwood would shot me in the back. And he's like, I don't care what that kid would have done. I don't shoot nobody in the back.
But hold on. I love that movie, but here's the problem. In the shootist, in the beginning of the movie, he shoots a guy and leaves him for dead. That's kind of dirty too. So.
And that was his last movie, and he dies in it. Ron Howard was in that.
That's sad. I know it's sad that
Don't
he
spoil
dies.
the film.
In the
I haven't
movie.
seen it yet.
No, but the shootist is brilliant. I love that film.
Con Air be cool. Make a legacy sequel.
Yeah, I heard that Nicolas Cage wanted to do a sequel. Well, I know people don't want to hear this, but remove the woke. But if you remove the woke shit, I wouldn't mind having to deal with a ladies' prison, like a female Con Air, like with something like that.
It would have to be done really well, though. It would have to be done well, and I think they would have to make her a nice, charming character without having pushing any agenda.
Who should play the lead? Who should play the female lead for Con Air?
Olivia Wilde. Easy.
No,
Olivia
no.
Amber Heard.
No, I'm kidding.
I was
Amber
thinking,
Heard.
you know what? I was thinking Cynthia Rothrock. That'll get her.
Give her a second chance.
Yeah.
Samara
maybe,
Weaving, maybe.
Do you think Sigourney Weaver could still pull it off, though?
Yeah, she can do that. She can. If she wants to.
Maybe Gina Carano. Carano, I'd love to see. Give Gina Carano some love.
Yeah.
I think it's
late.
a little bit late, but
Yeah.
not too late. I mean, Kurt Russell is still in his good prime, but I just don't think it's necessary anymore. If it was going to happen, it should have happened in the 90s.
Yeah, you
right
know,
after
and
Escape
I
from
know
LA.
Russell don't want to do it, but he can play a good young version of Snake. You know, he can pull it off.
Like a prequel? Or
Yeah,
like
something like that.
Whatever happened to White
I think
Russell?
they can still pull it off if they just DH. You know,
He was on an episode of that show I
he-
mentioned, Black Mirror. Right, he was on an episode of Black Mirror. It's a very good show. You got to check it out. On Netflix.
I've seen one episode of Black
What was
Mirror,
the episode
just
you
one.
saw?
The episode I saw was, remember the one where that internet troll was going to spread misinformation about everyone in the world?
Oh, that
And
kid.
that kid that was jerking off, and then the one guy was worried about his wife cheating on his wife, and he had to rob a bank. That's the episode I saw.
You got to check out the other episodes, man. They're
Oh
so
no!
great.
And I also saw the one episode where that girl's husband died, and she got like a robot husband. I saw that episode too.
What show
Check
we
out
talking
this
about?
check out this other episode. It's very sweet. It's called San Junipero. It's with the girl who was in Terminator Dark Fate. But this is a character she's much known for better than the role she played in Terminator.
Okay, wait. Is she the girl that played the lead in Dark Fate?
Mackenzie Davis. But this was before Terminator. This is the role she was known
Okay.
for before Terminator. It's called San Junipero. Very sweet episode.
I'll check it out. Because what I like about the show is that every episode is standalone.
It's like a modern day Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
And
I know they also
Miley Cyrus did an episode. She was pretty good in it. She did a good job.
Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, she was pretty good.
What show
She
is
was
this
really
again?
good in that.
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. Okay.
She was pretty good.
Did she come in with a wrecking ball?
With a twerking?
Sort of, but she was but she was good. She was a good.
I'll look into it.
Did she
Yeah,
twerk?
there's a lot of good episodes on there.
Yeah.
Man, we have been going ham on this stream.
Yeah, it's been fun though.
It's been a lot of fun. And
Absolutely.
pretty soon we're going to be unveiling our special guest. It's Lady Gaga talking about how much she, knows that you prefer her song to Beverly's. And
In fact, I have Daniel Craig in the green room right now.
hey,
Yeah.
Daniel Craig, come on, join
Daniel
in.
Craig, come on, Daniel Craig.
And Wildman shaking his hands. I
was thinking about exiting and then rejoining the chat with a Daniel Craig icon just to fuck with you.
Yeah. Does Deep Fried know what we're talking about?
Deep Fried, do you want to know the inside story? So, Wildman has a huge hard-on for Daniel Craig. I'm just kidding. Wildman does not like Daniel Craig, and everyone has a different opinion.
I don't like
We
him as
this.
James Bond. I don't like him as an actor.
No,
I
but
don't
we just
him.
we like messing around with him about that. It's so fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might need some context on this one.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so Wildman lives on Mars, and he doesn't think Daniel Craig is a great Bond. which is fine. Everyone has an opinion, but we like to rag on him about, Daniel Craig because he has made public his opinion on him as Bond, and
Right.
we just like to troll him about it. It's very funny. It's a very
Lady
ironic
Gaga, right?
sense of humor.
And Lady Gaga too, right?
And Lady Gaga too, yeah.
Yeah.
He thought that Top Gun Maverick could not end without that song. He was like, "Damn it! I hope they don't include Take My Breath Away. That will take my breath away." But speaking of Daniel Craig, I will say that his accent in Knives Out was horrible.
I gotta see that movie. I heard
Knives Out's not that good, honestly. Knives Out's pretty overrated, I think.
Yeah, I saw. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He does a southern accent, and it does not.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah, it was terrible. But I saw Bullet Train. You guys see Bullet Train yet?
I want to see Bullet Train. Bullet Train looks
Brad Pitt was all out. He was hilarious, man.
Wasn't David Leitch the director of that movie? I think.
I think so. Yeah.
The John Wick film.
It made a lot of money. I heard.
Yeah, I hear. And I hear it's a remake of a Sony Chiba film, from what I'm hearing. I hear that. I don't know, but it looks fun. I mean, Brad Pitt back in action. I feel bad for Brad Pitt because I know he has like some sort of
shit with Angelina Jolie, but Brad Pitt can be a lot like Tom Cruise. He can be another big age action star who's aged very well, like Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise.
Where the fuck the Fountain of Youth is and where they find it, because that is kind of like fucked up because they have not aged a single day.
Same thing with Ralph Macchio and William Zabka and Cobra Kai.
Exactly.
Look at those guys.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, where's the Fountain of Youth? I want it. I want it.
Everybody wants Keanu Reeves. Look at him.
Keanu Reeves too.
Yeah. But go back to Zac Efron for a second. If you look at Zac Efron now compared to a few years ago, like, look at his jaw.
He has a very square jaw.
Well, now he said that
he must be really either working out or roiding up too at the same time. Probably.
Well, this is what's weird. He was asked about that, and he said he slipped in his house and he's broken his jaw twice.
Oh, fuck.
And but this happened back in like 2014 or 15, but now suddenly his jaw looks different. So what's the story?
Like wouldn't it have looked different back then and not now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what people are confused about.
Well, he should be happy. He'll keep him away from that Pretty Boy High School musical.
I don't know. I'm not really big on Zac Efron as an actor, honestly.
Yeah, me neither. I never got into him.
The pretty guy, like the Instagram filter jock or something like that. I don't know. He's not.
Really I never got into the High School Musical movies. I never got into those.
But now they're saying they're saying with this jaw, he's starting to look like the Hoff.
Really?
Yeah. Like David Hasselhoff.
You can't top the Hoff.
Which is weird because he was on Baywatch
and Knight Rider.
Yeah.
You know, going back to sequels, I heard that David Hasselhoff wants to do a Knight Riders movie. That would be a good sequel. He already did it, but I would love to see what they can do with it. That would be a good legacy sequel.
Would you guys like to see a sequel to Megaforce?
Megaforce?
I don't know.
From 1982.
You know what? How about Gremlins? Do Gremlins 3. I want to see that. That's a good legacy.
Well, I heard that was in the making of. I don't know if that's still going on or not.
They're doing an animated series, right? I thought.
Yeah.
I think that would work better, but because I just feel like now if they were to do a live action,
problem is you waited almost 30 years for it, 33 years.
Yeah, why do they wait so fucking long? Like, it pisses me off. It's intentional. Obviously, they do it because it's intentional, because it's like, I think what these legacy sequels are, it's like a farm. A plant does not grow overnight.
Right.
So what they do is they wait for the nostalgia to build up over years and years and years and years and years, focus on other projects, and hey, remember this film needs to grow up with? It's not fully grown, and it's ready to go for you. And I just think that's called nostalgia.
They want people to be hungry for it.
I call that nostalgia farming.
And sometimes they fuck up.
Instead of using water for the plant, they use shit. Fertilizer.
They use liquid shit and they pour it in the plant. Like what they did with Halloween. Yeah. Deep Fried Awesomeness. What are your thoughts on the legacy sequels?
Honestly, they're very hit and miss for me. If they're done well, they're usually done pretty well. But when they're done bad, they're horrible. I like most of them that come out, but I don't really go and actively look for them to watch them and I skipped Ghostbusters Afterlife. You know, I'm probably gonna skip the Indiana Jones movie. You know, I skipped Texas
Ghostbusters Afterlife. I enjoyed.
Do you think
it's Indiana Jones 5? I've heard some not so great things. I actually kind of Sally might know how it ends. I think Kennedy's going to try to get rid of Indy somehow.
That's what I heard.
No.
Yeah, apparently somehow the old Indy dies, and then somehow the other Indy gets like disintegrated somewhere else or something, and then Phoebe Waller takes over.
He got snapped.
Oh God, Phoebe Waller. They're gonna turn into like a feminine, like I don't need no man kind of nonsense.
What,
Probably so.
Indiana Jones.
Phoebe Waller got him.
Yeah, probably so.
Daniel Craig
And
got
Kathleen Cunningham.
him. Yeah.
He wants his apology.
Yeah.
He's not gonna stop, man. We gotta fix this.
So
You guys
yeah,
gotta hash
Afterlife
this shit
was
out.
good, but Top Gun Maverick was better.
Now wait, Deep Fried. Let me ask you a question, dude. What are some
What's up?
legacy sequels that you enjoy, and what are some that you don't?
Well, I really like the Halloween 2018 movie.
Okay, to each their own.
I kind of enjoyed Kills. I thought that was decent.
Okay.
I like The Force Awakens. Though that was pretty decent. You know, they're not
It
like
had potential.
masterpieces. They're just decent. You know.
Okay.
Greg, sorry about that. I
Okay.
I refreshed my thing, so I'm okay.
Oh, we thought Phoebe Waller got you.
No,
Yeah.
nobody gets me in here up on Mars.
Or if you're up in the stars, right? Too.
Absolutely.
Not even
Well,
Matt Damon.
But wait,
What
Deep
about-
Fried. What were some other ones you said?
Legacy sequels. I honestly, I'm having a hard time thinking of good ones. There's a lot of them I just didn't watch because I'm like, you know, I know
You're
it,
tired
most
of
them.
them?
They're just like, yeah, it's just like they're making them for money. You know, they know a property that you're gonna go, oh my god, you're
Yeah.
gonna go see it, and it's
It's
gonna be like, oh,
more
it's
about
okay.
it's a title. It's title branding. That's
But
what
there
it
are
is.
some that do it for passion, like Cobra Kai and Top Gun Maverick. That was made for the fans.
Top Gun Maverick was a passion project. I am convinced there was no.
You could tell that was
like,
Tom
yeah.
Cruise's passion project for sure.
No, I am convinced that there was no studio meddling saying, "Hey, you have to put this in there. You have to put that in there." No, it was just a good movie.
Which
Yeah,
why it
Top Gun
worked.
Maverick.
Yeah.
And a great tribute to the late Tony Scott.
Yes.
Also, I don't think they should make a Top Gun Maverick 2. I think they should just leave it as is.
I think.
Well, they
I
can
think
do, like
we-
I said, they can do a spin-off, like a Marvel universe play in the top. You
If
can focus on
they
different characters.
It has to be Hangman. I want a Hangman spinoff if that's the case.
I think
Just-
they should at least do like one more, like have Cougar in a like involved in the film somehow. Like give him some redemption.
Yeah, what happened to Cougar? I would love to see what happened to him.
Yeah,
And
like
what
maybe he
about-
ends up
Yeah.
saving Maverick in the end and say, hey, he got his confidence back.
But I think Hangman is the best character in that movie. I don't care what anyone says because I loved him. I'm always good.
I would love to see more of Phoenix, the female.
Phoenix is
pilot.
pretty good. She is ridiculously hot though. Honestly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
Kathleen
Believe me, I
He's
know.
vain.
But like I said, I wrote a fanfic about a character who has who's a pilot who has a bad temper and he gets arrested
Wow.
many times and Maverick comes to him and he
Mm-hmm. Hello,
Wow, man.
Bob man.
Uh-oh.
Speak to me, man.
Oh.
Well, wait a minute.
Uh oh.
Somebody got him.
Somebody got him. It was either here's
Tom
our
Cruise.
suspects.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise got him.
Tom Cruise got him.
He doesn't want you to
Is
spoil anything
Is
new.
Tom
for-
Cruise trying to convince you to join the Church of Scientology?
no
Yeah.
no.
He's entered the danger zone.
Yes.
He's trying to take your breath away.
Lawman always
Yeah.
dangerous.
Daniel Craig took his breath away.
Yeah,
Dale Craig proposed to you.
no, I think Ezra Miller might be trying to get in on the action too.
Oh, God, he better
Oh,
not. He
God.
better fucking not. He better
He
not.
started with Hawaii. Now he's going to Mars.
But anyway, that's my story. And the call sign's character's name is Hurricane.
Oh.
That's cool.
Because he's like a hurricane. It's like wherever he has his anger problem, like if ever he's unpredictable. It's like an unpredictable storm. It's like everything he comes across it just blows away and gets destroyed. You know.
Mhm.
And he had it. And when he was a little boy, he used to look up to Iceman and Maverick. And his uncle was the black guy, Sundown. You remember Sundown, the black guy? That's his
Clarence
uncle.
Gillard, I think.
Yeah, that was from Walker Texas Ranger in
Yeah.
Die Hard. Yeah, that was his,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was his uncle. Yeah, but he looked up to Maverick and Iceman more. And like I said, he had a crush on Iceman's widow at the time. And he grows and he has this temper tantrum. He was best friends with Rooster and stuff. he helped him get through his father's death, and he had an anger problem. He was always getting in trouble, and then later he gets a chance to redeem himself by going on the suicide mission with all these Top Gun rejects, like Expendables, like a suicide mission.
Okay.
That seems cool. I mean, I think it's still possible to have a character like a call sign like Hurricane in a future Top Gun project. If you were to see any more Top Gun related content, who would you want out of all the new who would you want to direct? Who would you want it to be directed by? The same director or someone new?
I think the guy who did it did a pretty good job. I can't see anybody else do it.
It's amazing though because Tony Scott, his style almost seemed unreplaceable. But this guy,
he is my second favorite director of all time.
I like him more than Ridley. I'll say that much.
Definitely.
Yeah.
How about Gareth Edward?
Speaking of Tony Scott, my next video. Well, I'm going to mention Tony Scott, but I'm going to talk about actors that should have. Okay, 10 actors that should have collaborated with directors. That's
an interesting concept because there's a lot of areas you could go with that.
Definitely. You know what? Speaking of legacy sequels, I just came up with the perfect one, big one. Speaking of Tom Cruise, Days of Thunder. Days of Thunder.
Yeah. You know what?
Give us Days of Thunder.
Another Days of Thunder should be on the works.
Oh shit! I dropped something, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, Days of Thunder is perfect. The way how car racing is now, big, it's perfect. It's perfect time.
If I could pick one, I'll probably go with that because I trust Tom Cruise.
Yes, he knows what he's doing.
Yes, definitely him and
Jerry Scientology.
Him and Jerry Bruckheimer should do another film together.
Jerry Bruckheimer, I'm glad that he came back as a producer.
He is my favorite producer of all. He didn't go anywhere. He was just too busy.
He was the 90s.
He was too busy with TV. He did the CSI. He was too busy with TV at the time.
Like I said before,
he was the king of the 90s.
Not him. Him and what was his name? The guy. Him and
Don Simpson.
Don Simpson.
Yeah, they were a team. They were a fucking team. They did American Gigolo. They did Flashdance. They did Beverly Hills Cop, Top Gun. They were called the bad boys of the box office. Would you tell why Bad Boys came together? Because they made fun of the idea that they were called that, and let's make that into a movie. That's where Bad Boys came from.
If anything, Jerry Bruckheimer should have fought to get the rights for Star Wars. I'm pretty sure he would.
You know what? If he gets his hands on Star Wars, he will bring it back to the glory, man.
Yeah.
If he did a Star Wars movie, that probably would have been the most badass Star Wars action.
Because think about it, Top Gun. He even said when he did Top Gun, he said, "This is Star Wars on Earth." Think about it.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but kinda. I mean, technically.
Uh-oh.
I think Michael Bay got
Steven, where are you?
Yes, Michael Bay.
Michael Bay got to Steven. Wait, there he
goes.
Hey.
Sorry, Michael Bay got to me. He did not.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I mean, kinda. I mean, technically, if you look at it from the angle of in terms of believing in yourself and keep going forward and the whole training, Top Gun kinda Star Wars, but I don't know entirely. But I mean, it's not far fetched. But if Jerry Bruckheimer did a Star Wars film, he should have done it in the 90s, like the late 90s, like 97 or something.
You know, he should have took over the prequels.
That would have been badass. Can you imagine how badass the prequels would have been?
Yeah.
Because here's the problem with George Lucas. I love him, but some people need to tell him no. They need to tell him no. No, do not alter the original trilogy. Stop with the CGI. You don't have to explain everything. And for God's sake, no Jar Jar.
And you need to stop being so grumpy and greedy and be loyal to your fucking fans, man. They're the ones.
Exactly, and don't sell shit.
It wasn't just you. Get that through your fucking head.
Exactly, and don't sell shit to Disney and then bitch about it.
It was your fault. Yeah. It's your fault. You're the one who sold it. You brought it on yourself, man. You're the one who sold it. You're so disloyal to your fans.
Thank God, though, that Top Gun was still produced by Paramount, and Paramount shows that they still care about their fans.
Tom Cruise did the rest of that, and Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I still feel like Paramount still needs to treat the Star Trek fans better, especially.
Yes,
I don't know about
Yeah.
Star Trek. I'm not a Trekkie.
I love Star Trek.
I love Star Trek.
I
You
want
know,
to
but-
watch the movies from the 80s since I hear they're like their own universe, but I don't know
Yeah,
if I
they're
need
great.
to see the
Yeah.
shows. Yeah, but do I need to see some of the prior shows, or how does that work?
I
just
never
watch
saw.
movies?
I saw Picard. I just couldn't get into it. I'm sorry.
I've heard it's awful. Yeah.
I have the original. If you've seen Wrath of Khan, if you want to get a better backstory of what happened, you should definitely check out Space.
I heard that Wrath of Khan is the best of all the Star Trek movies.
I mean, I hear that the way it works is that Wrath of Khan's the best, then I hear it's Undiscovered Country, and then I hear it's the
And don't.
sixth film.
Oh, by the way, Part 4, Voyage
Part 4,
Home.
Voyage
That's
Home.
another one. That's another classic.
That's
one.
my favorite. Yeah, actually.
When they go to the present time in the
Most underrated was Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock, when Leonard Nimoy decided.
Nobody talks about Star Trek 3. I heard Star Trek 5 is
Uh-oh.
the worst.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't
Damn
perfect.
it, why do they keep getting them?
William
Star
Shatner
Trek
got
5
to
wasn't
him.
perfect, but I'll still watch it more than Star Trek Generations. That's for sure.
George
Was
Takei got him.
Was it Star Trek 4? Eddie Murphy was supposed to be in that one?
Yeah.
Yes,
he
yes.
did
He was
the
he was supposed to be the
Gold
Catherine Hicks character.
Eddie Murphy in a Star Trek movie. Oh, you're back.
Yay.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Eddie Murphy was supposed to be
Sorry.
in Ghostbusters.
Very
He
good.
was
Very
supposed
good.
to play Winston. He was supposed to play Winston, but he was busy doing Beverly Hills Cop.
We thought you got beamed.
Yeah.
Talking about Star Trek.
I didn't do it. But yeah, Eddie Murphy, he was supposed to be in Ghostbusters. He was supposed to play Winston, but he was busy doing Beverly Hills Cop.
Wow. Oh,
And
wait.
there is an action figure. There's an action figure at him as Winston somewhere.
People say, I know that Fabio really likes that movie. I've heard mixed things on the motion picture. I hear the director's cut's better. They actually just came out with a Blu-ray for it.
Yeah, they redid the visual effects for the Blu-ray release.
But
The
I
director's
mean,
cut, so
I hear that one's decent, but I hear that the second film's like the best of the trilogy. I mean, the best of the series.
Yeah.
I also hear
Yeah.
some of the Next Generation films are pretty good because I hear that what Contact or something like that it's called.
first
I hear that
contact.
one's pretty good.
Yeah.
First Contact.
Generations,
But I mean-
Generations had moments. I just didn't like the fact they killed Kirk off.
That's what I've heard about it.
Yeah,
I
that's
got-
the
I
least,
got
that's
that.
my
And
least
then-
favorite one.
The only Star Trek films that I've seen like fully are like the what's it called the newer ones.
You mean the
Boots.
JJ?
The
JJ ones and
the Jar Jar Abrams ones, yeah.
With
And then there
Chris-
was the Justin Long one for the Beyond, which I thought was okay actually.
I
Chris-
think Beyond's okay. I like the first one and the second one.
The
Was
first
okay.
one with Chris Pine was okay.
it was okay.
But I don't have any interest in like the show Discovery or any of that stuff.
Speaking of Justin Long, he was in that movie Barbarian. He was good in it.
He was.
Yeah,
I gotta check out Barbarian.
I need to
I'm
watch it.
telling you, man, people are going crazy over this movie, and for a good reason. The hype is legit. Nobody, you shouldn't know anything about this movie until
Yeah,
you go
people
see it.
say
Yeah, I
don't watch
was
a
pretty
trailer,
impressed
don't
by
look
it
at
when
the
I seen
synopsis.
it.
People
pretty
say
fun.
don't watch a trailer, don't read a synopsis, don't do anything. They just say that it's a good movie.
I
Um,
went there. I went in there blind, and I was blown away.
And then I know my parents saw it and they said that it wasn't that good, but I gotta check it out.
But I definitely have a curiosity in that other movie that came out called Smile or something like that.
I don't think Smile looks very good at all. I think that trailer looks like shit.
I've heard some bad
With
things,
the
unfortunately.
The smile looks so cringy.
I'm
I
looking
think
up reviews.
smiling in horror is just cringy.
The
That's
teaser
Smile.
was mad, but it looks interesting. But the trailer that came out after was
Somebody
better.
said it looks like Joel Osteen's possessing people. I'm like, bruh.
What?
I heard somebody say it's like Joel Osteen's possessing people or something.
So the lead girl in that movie, her name is, she's played by Sosie Bacon. So I'm trying to see if
Yeah,
she's related
she's
to
the
Kevin
daughter
Bacon.
of Kevin Bacon, actually. Yeah.
Oh, really?
She's
Really?
And, yes, and believe it or not, Smile just opened #1 with 22 million.
I heard about that. I saw that.
Nope, it opened with 22 million.
I don't know. That movie does not look very good. But then, the
Yeah, and
only
then
movie...
second place is Don't Worry, Darling. I hope that movie.
Oh my
continues.
god!
It's already done. What do you think? Did you hear about this woman called
Don't
Woman
worry,
King? I
guys,
heard that was
we'll-
terrible.
I've heard about it.
The Woman King.
Yeah.
With that.
I hear that movie's awful. I hear it's
I heard
inaccurate.
that's
as
woke
fuck.
too.
The woman.
No,
Yeah,
I hear
apparently,
it's
what's his
inaccurate
face,
also.
The lead actress. Gosh, what was her freaking? I can't
Viola
remember.
Davis.
Viola Davis.
Viola
She's
Davis.
saying that if you don't see it, you're racist.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
that's what they said.
She's a,
That's
I
exactly what
like
they
her.
said.
No, she's part of that woke crowd.
No. Yeah, she said that if you don't see Woman King, you don't think black women can lead
Oh,
the box
gee,
office.
shut
Yeah.
up.
And then apparently, I hear the film's historically inaccurate too, because I hear that the film is like the kingdom that the women defend is pro-slavery or something like that, but they don't talk about that, which is weird. So yeah, I don't know. The movie looks like crap. I don't need to see Women
I don't know
King.
much about it, to be honest with you.
Also, why is it called Woman King? That does not make sense.
Well, they're trying to make Viola Davis a king. It's like woke. It's woke. It's a woke title. They're trying to make her the woman.
King's
Yes.
a guy thing. That shouldn't be called
Yes,
Queen.
I
or
They're
want
something
calling
like
that
that.
to
they're
be
calling her
flop
the
and
woman king. It's
flop,
woke
flop,
shit.
flop.
But that makes no sense. That's retarded.
The Wah King. Yeah.
The wah.
Women Queen.
The Wah.
Wah 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 woke wah. Shut up.
Well, you know what, Viola Davis? You're not getting this. You're not getting this.
You're not getting
You're
my
never
money.
gonna
bitch.
get it.
Yeah.
Now you're
Not
never,
Never
gonna
gonna get it.
Now you're never gonna get it.
You're never gonna get it. Mm-hmm.
You know what they
Nuh-uh.
say, Viola? I don't want no scrub. Scrub ain't gonna get no love from me.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Nuh-uh. I think she's a good actress, but I'm not gonna go see that movie.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I liked her in Fences. I liked her in other films, but I'm not gonna go see
I thought she was decent in Widows. I actually saw that film in theaters.
I did not see
The
Widows.
first movie I saw her in was Law Abiding Citizen. She was good in that.
I don't like that film personally. I think that
Really?
film's a little bit overrated.
Really?
I thought, well,
I like
one,
the film.
I don't.
It's mostly good until the ending, though. I wish he
I
would've
think
lived.
that Gerard Butler, his character, first of all, one, in my opinion, he went a little bit too insane, and I think that he was right. But at the same time, I'm just wondering how the fuck is he inventing all these bombs, all these things? It was a little bit too much, but I thought the action was good, and I don't think he should have died in the movie.
That's one of the
honestly.
problems I had.
I don't think that.
What
Gerard
did you think
Butler
of
should
him
die.
in Olympus Has Fallen?
I love him
Good-
in
good
Olympus
movie.
Has Fallen. I think Olympus Has Fallen is one of the better action movies of recent
It
years.
was, and you know what? A lot of people said it should have been Die Hard 5, but in my opinion, it should have been Rambo 5. Can you
You know
imagine
what?
Rambo?
Oh my god, Rambo in the White House
Yeah.
fucking up. That would have been awesome.
Absolutely.
I just don't like London Has Fallen very much. I don't think London Has Fallen is a good sequel, but
What
I
about
love
Angel
Olympus
Has Fallen? I haven't seen that.
I
one
have
yet.
not seen Angel Has Fallen. I just see that in London Has Fallen.
But I'm telling you, seeing the first one,
Mhm.
seeing how that character was, you instead of John McClane, imagine John fucking Rambo kicking terrorist ass in the White
Oh my
House.
god, imagine John Rambo ripping out a terrorist's fucking heart like in Rambo 5.
Oh man.
I was getting ready to ask, what do you think happened to Gerard Butler?
I mean, he's doing a lot of direct-to-video films.
He
came out with one-
did a movie with Netflix called Last Scene, I think it was.
He
for Netflix.
also did a movie that I want to see called Cop Shop. I hear that one's pretty good.
I saw it. It was all right, I guess.
And then I hear that Cop Shop actually had a lot of stuff cut out of it. And some of them weren't happy with the film. But I also, speaking of Olympus Has Fallen, what do you guys prefer? Olympus Has Fallen or White House Down?
Olympus Has Fallen, hands down.
I do too.
Both are fun. I need to rewatch
But I
them
like
again.
both movies.
Channing Tatum is not an action hero. I enjoy White House Down, but come on.
I just don't like Joey King in the movie.
I need to rewatch it again.
I love. You see the way she
Channing
is
Tatum
now.
or
She's
Channing
all grown
Tatum?
up. She is gorgeous, man.
No, she's actually, believe it or not, Joey King's actually a few months older than me, which is interesting.
She is gorgeous now. Look at her.
No, she
Oh
is
my
gorgeous.
god.
Well,
Yeah,
she
she
is
has a nice
hot.
bod. You definitely want to titty fuck her for sure.
I don't not blame you. But yeah,
Hey, Steven, I have a question. Since you're in Florida, how you doing after that whole hurricane?
Oh well, thank God we actually missed that. We still got like heavy storms and stuff. Apparently, Fort Myers got hit to fucking shreds. Fort Myers and I don't know this area, this area called Boca Grande, that got destroyed pretty much. Hollywood, I hear, wasn't too bad. Miami, I hear, was pretty bad. But no, it was bad. The rain was pretty bad for a little while, but thank God in Weston, not too bad at all. House is okay, everything's okay, so that's all that matters.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
But for the people in Fort Myers, my sympathy goes out. But yeah, thank you for asking. By the way,
I'm glad. I'm glad you're okay, man. Glad.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the. I appreciate that a lot.
I remember you mentioned you were in Florida, so I didn't know how.
Yeah, I live in Florida. So yeah, it skipped. It went. We still got heavy rain. Don't get me wrong, but upstream, like in Naples, I think, and in Fort Myers, it was really bad. Like a lot of buildings got destroyed. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, here we're okay. And the weather's actually gotten better now. It's actually a lot nicer, very sunny, very windy. But in Florida, unfortunately, we're never going to see anything below 80 degrees, even in the fall. So that kind of sucks. Yeah. So no cold winter for us.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, man.
Thank you. No worries. No worries. It passed over us pretty well. Yeah. But anyways, on to White House Down. So most of you guys prefer Olympus Has Fallen. I do as well. But I do think White House Down is pretty fun for a PG diehard ripoff.
It has moments. I like
Did y'all
James
like
Woods.
the sequel?
James Woods was a good villain. I liked him as a villain. Yeah, it had moments, but
James Woods, yeah.
But Olympus was more hardcore, man. I'm telling you.
No, Olympus was gorier, that's for sure. Even if it was CGI, that's the problem I have with the CGI blood.
I did rewatch both movies.
Morgan Freeman did a good job as the action president. What's it called? The action president. He wasn't president, but he played the.
And honestly, I think that both directors of both films are a little bit underrated because I like Roland Emmerich and I like Anton Fuqua quite a bit.
And Gerard Butler did a good job as a John McClane type character, but he's a Secret Service. He's also Special Force. I love that.
His American accent was also pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I did not think that. I thought Olympus Has Fallen was definitely one of the better Die Hard-esque films.
I agree. It's up there.
And it was not woke.
Definitely. But
it was one of the last good action movies that did not go fully woke.
Absolutely. But still, can you imagine instead of John McClane, John Rambo in that?
Oh my God!
That would have been great.
No, the movie will be
fucked it up.
The movie will be 10 minutes long because he'll kill everyone.
Yeah.
In like
talk about
5
burning
seconds.
down the house. Burning down the White House, the house.
He will take it too far. He'll get his bow and arrow with the explosive tips like in Rambo 3 and Part 2, and he'll just shoot everyone. And then on top of that, the end of the fight is going to be like in Rambo 3. He's going to drive a tank into the White House instead of a helicopter, and the whole shit's going to be destroyed. It's going to be awesome.
It would make a better story than Rambo 5.
Absolutely.
I still like Rambo 5 though, but I see where you're coming from.
The last minute saved the movie.
The last few minutes, that ending has to be some of the best action film. Has to be some of the best action that year, hands down.
Absolutely.
Are we talking about Rambo Last Blood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I thought that the traps that he set up were creative. I like that it went gory. I like that he was ripping people's arms off. Stabbing people in the chest. He rips out the fucking dude's heart at the end. I kind of wish there was more action before that.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the movie, but I understand why people don't like I said, I understand what they're trying to do with the character. Kind of like with Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood. I really liked how at the end of the movie he rides off like he's a modern day lone Western hero. But I would love to see a crossover with him and Jack Reacher.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
I also wish we got the director's cut of Last Blood on physical.
Yeah.
That pissed me off that we did not get.
I heard Matt Merchant said there was more footage of him blowing up the hideout. I heard.
God damn it! Wow. Why didn't we see that too?
Dare they deny us of that?
And it was in the same location as Terminator: Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have been a better movie. Maybe. Well, I think regardless of how we feel about Last Blood, can we all agree that it's a better movie than Dark Fate?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's not saying much, but it's 100 times better than Dark Fate. Dark Fate is dark manure.
I'll probably go on for another 20 more minutes. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, it's okay. Yep. It's okay. It's getting late.
Let me ask you this. Speaking of horror movies, this is very relevant to what we're doing right now, chatting. Mm-hmm. What do you think of Unfriended?
I haven't seen that yet.
I've only seen the first one.
I actually like that movie.
I like the filming style. Apparently, they were all in the same house when they were on the video camera. just in different rooms.
Yeah.
I don't like the characters though. I think they're a little irritating. I thought that it was a creative take on it. I remember when I first saw the trailers, I didn't think it looked good, but it was okay. It's just not great to me. But I respect the filming style, and I want to see Dark Web.
I thought it was very well done. I went to go see it. I thought it was very well done. It was very original. It was very.
I mean, it's creative. It's creative. I'll give the film that. It's definitely a unique take.
Yeah. That dark web one had a good idea.
Not good.
I didn't like it at all.
Oh really? I hear that one's less good.
The dark web one, but it definitely was a step down from the first one.
Because I know that someone said on Letterboxd that that movie was really, really good. And I'm like, wow, I didn't think Unfriended had a sequel that would be good, but I'll keep that in mind because, I didn't love the first one, but I liked the style. I thought the style was interesting.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because it's kind of like what we're doing here, except there's a killer. Well, not really a killer, a ghost, but, So that concept, I respect the film for at least trying.
Have you seen Searching? That's pretty good. That does that.
That was good. That was really good. I enjoyed
the director's other film.
That was really good.
I think it's called Run.
Here's a silly question: who would be the killer between us?
Okay, who would be the killer?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. He's gonna go after. He's gonna go after Wildman.
Yeah.
Unless Wildman apologizes. And
Ezra Miller would definitely be a killer.
Ezra Miller. Yeah. Alec Baldwin.
If it was Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin.
I have a feeling someone's gonna mention Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, Olivia Wilde,
which is funny because in that movie, in the first in Unfriended, there is a character that shits on herself, and she's the one who dies and gets revenge.
Yeah.
I got the DVD, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
out of all of us here, I think it's Bobby. You've been too quiet, man. I know something's up.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. On speaking of Unfriended, I wish they would have given it features because there's no features whatsoever.
Yeah.
In fact, the film was originally called Cybernatural or something like that.
Cybernatural.
That would have been a cool idea. I like that title, Cybernatural.
Yeah, that sounded like a slightly better title to me. And plus, there's a little bit more footage. I know that Ken had a little more in the film. Like he was a bit more humorous because he was supposed to be like the funny guy of the group. It seemed like he was probably a little bit likable compared to the others. Because you start to find how pretty shitty they really are, especially Blair and all the others.
But wait, guys. Here's the thing. I think we haven't talked about the real killer, Mark Ruffalo.
Oh yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Hulk form? Yes. Will it be like Hulk form?
It'll be like the Urkel Hulk form.
He Hulk twerking, holding the.
He's mad because we have IMDb, guys. He's mad that we have IMDb.
Yeah,
he's mad because we have opinions and he wants us to force that.
He's mad because we have real penises and he does not.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's mad that we don't like.
Because we have.
He's mad because he only eats Ruffles. That's his last name. Mark Ruffles. Mark Ruffles is his real name.
Ruffles.
Yeah. The only thing potato he can eat is Ruffles.
You shove the Ruffles up.
No
his
other
ass.
chip.
Or maybe he definitely ruffles some feathers with the wrong people.
And he turns into the Hulk. He twerks and he farts the ruffles out.
God, what the fuck?
He's mad that his Hulk hasn't twerked yet.
Speaking of the Hulk, did you hear that Harrison Ford is gonna play Thunderbolt?
I heard something about that.
In Thunderbolts, Marvel's Thunderbolts.
He's gonna play Red Hulk.
Yeah, Red Hulk.
Oh my God, I don't know. I mean,
I think Harrison Ford will pull it off because he's older and he I think he can pull off the General Thunderbolt roles. I think he can pull it.
Do you think that
Speaking of that, it says it right here as of a day ago. A new report claims that Lucasfilm blocked Marvel's plans to announce Harrison Ford's Thunderbolts casting as General Ross.
Wait, they blocked it?
Apparently.
I believe that's a perfect role. I believe that's a perfect role for him at his age because William Hurt is dead. They got to find somebody to play the role.
They're like, Harrison, we can't have you do that.
Yeah, this is what Kathleen Kennedy says. No.
Oh, Kathleen Kennedy. Guys.
Yeah, definitely a fucking word she says. She's full of it.
She says, we're going to keep the focus on Indiana Jones 5 content. I don't want this to become Harrison Ford joining the MCU.
Oh.
Why? Now better off joining the MCU.
They're like, we can't give him that much money, guys.
Yeah. We can't give Harrison Ford too much money because he has talent, guys.
Even though I mean, how much do you think they paid him to come back for Force Awakens?
How much do
You
think
can
they actually?
tell that he didn't want to come back. You can tell he was out of it, but he didn't have a problem coming back for Indiana Jones. You can tell he was having a blast doing
Well,
that.
I heard that he actually preferred to come back for Indiana Jones than he has for Star Wars, because I hear that he likes the character more.
But he's
even
been
though he
wanting,
likes Han Solo.
he's been wanting to kill off Han Solo since Empire Strikes Back.
He should
Yeah.
he should have lightened up. What do you expect? That's your character, man. What the fuck do you expect?
I'm sorry, I disagree.
Maybe he
with
doesn't like
Harrison
Han
Ford.
Solo.
I disagree with Harrison Ford. I don't think that Han needed to die.
Absolutely.
Well, he's
That's-
slated
you're
to play
playing
somebody
a character,
else.
man. You're gonna play characters like that in the future. What the fuck did you expect, man?
Well, when he was
God.
being casted in Star Wars, wasn't he supposed to play somebody else originally? He wasn't always supposed to play Han Solo.
Who was Harrison
Yeah,
Ford?
because I think Kurt Russell was supposed to be Han Solo.
Yeah. And
Really?
Christopher Walken and yep.
Wow. So this lightsaber, you guys, like it's whoa,
Wow.
it's crazy. You know, it's like
Can
it's like
you
a,
imagine?
it's like I'm your father. Like this is crazy.
Did you see that SNL skit when they had an anniversary of Star Wars and they had the different actors who would play the part? You see that?
I just want to see him and Chewie get into an argument on the Millennium Falcon.
Chewie, you know, you don't drive this Falcon. You see, it's like
Hey, Johnny Jerry, I just wanted to say it's right. Mark Ruffalo has no dick.
Yeah.
It's true.
You know,
Chewie, did you hear about the mouse that fell into a bucket of cream? Tell that story. Needs more cowbell. Chewie. Yeah. Oh man.
Wow, the Force. Hey kid, you got India. So I hear you don't like Daniel Craig.
Is it overplayed? Bohemian Rhapsody.
I like the song.
I never saw that movie. I like the Dirt
You know
Show.
what's
Where it was about Motley
crazy?
Crue.
You know what's crazy about the movie though? Apparently Bryan Singer wasn't invited to the Oscars. And he directed Bohemian Rhapsody.
Can you blame him? He's a
Well-
scumbag.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why, because he's a pedophile. Yeah, fuck Bryan Singer.
By the way,
Yeah.
I'm gonna check out this
Speaking
weird
of Bryan
Lynch
Singer.
movie. Speaking of musical biographies, I'm looking forward to that. Daniel Radcliffe, man, he really pulled it off.
On this
Really?
book right here, Bryan Singer's reviews on the very front.
Oh God. You gotta get
Yeah.
like a little white out and get rid of that.
The
And
Jaws
he
log
directed
is,
the first
Yeah.
X-Men movie.
and the
He
usual
did.
suspects.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I still like
God.
I still like the first X-Men
He
movie. I know
directed
people have-
Superman Returns. No wonder that movie flopped.
I don't mind Superman Returns.
I like
think
it.
it's pretty
I just
good.
thought it was better than Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I even like Man of Steel, but
I
that's
mean, it
just
was
me.
alright, but then they rushed into the Batman versus Superman bullshit.
Oh, that movie's awful. We don't talk about Batman versus Superman.
oh god,
Oh,
You mean
God.
Batfire versus Super Asshole, as I call it?
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, I
the
think
whole
that-
DCEU is a
Bull
mess.
versus shit.
Well, I heard that they're relying on Black Adam right now. Like, if Black Adam doesn't make money, they can't market Aquaman and
Really?
Damn, yeah, they're like relying on.
Black Adam is going
Black
to be the
Adam.
last nail in the coffin. Everybody.
No,
knows.
Black
Yeah.
Adam's gonna flop. I think.
Well, when they canceled
maybe not.
Batgirl, they lost like millions of dollars. They canceled Batgirl. They lost like a shit ton of money.
You know what? I heard they can't. I heard from. By the way, John, I like you and your brother's review on Cobra Kai 5. He mentioned the guy who plays Miguel. He did this movie called Blue Bill. I heard that got canceled now.
What
I
the
thought-
fuck? And they filmed
Wow.
that too? Well, I think Warner Brothers has no one to blame but Warner Brothers for this. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think Warner Brothers need to make better decisions. Maybe, not trying to copy the MCU. Maybe, I don't know,
And delete
Not
Amber
trying to-
Turd out of the movie.
get
Yeah.
Amber Turd out of the
Yeah.
way. Not trying to do so many universes at once and
Mhm.
spend so much money. And then on top of that, okay, there are some things that was out of control, like when Ben Affleck wanted to be up and now he's back in. And then keeping Ezra Miller, that was a big no-no. And still keeping him because the Flash movie just, it's going to come out.
Yeah, because
So I
that's why
think
the
Warner
Flash is
Brothers-
still on.
I think Warner Brothers is honestly, I
They
don't
have
feel
nobody
bad
but
for their
blame
downfall.
themselves.
I don't feel bad for Warner Brothers. I think they dug themselves into this
Yeah,
grave.
they brought this on themselves.
They brought this on themselves. I can't feel bad. I mean, look, is Warner Brothers one of the biggest entertainment studios in the world? Yes. But eventually, like the Roman Empire, the fucking thing falls down.
And you know what that means, right? We got to deal with the MCU.
But then Disney's gonna. I don't know about Disney, but their fall may not happen now, but it's gonna happen.
It will.
Yeah.
By the way, what do you think of what do you think of Universal? Where's Universal state now? Is Universal doing okay?
I mean, I don't know. I think that they're kind of playing it safe by not touching too many heavy superhero properties because that can start and end a franchise real quick and cost them millions of dollars. I mean, I don't know, maybe, but I think that honestly, for sure, the most safest one right now is Paramount in terms of franchises because, Top Gun Maverick did really well. And even though Scream 5 sucked, a lot of people seem to like it for some reason. So I think that honestly, in terms of like companies with the best selling franchises, and not talking about company financial state, but I'm talking about company in terms of like longevity of franchises, I think Paramount's going to be the safest one just because of how they played it recently.
I'm just seeing. Hey John, I don't know if you know this, but apparently there's a new remake of Quantum Leap with this.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it. I heard that it's a continuation, like Scott Bakula's gonna come back. I don't know about that. They got Ernie Hudson. I don't know. I didn't even watch it.
Ernie Hudson's a good actor, though. I will say.
Yeah.
He should stick with Ghostbusters.
I just don't like that he dies in Leviathan. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
Well, at least he wasn't the first character that died. It was Daniel Stern.
I would probably get mad if I watched that Quantum Leap reboot.
Ernie Hudson, stick with Ghostbusters. You may have come back with Ghostbusters. Leave Quantum Leap alone. Stick with Ghostbusters.
And no, Sean Little. I agree. Scream 5 is bad, Sean Little. But I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like,
did anybody see that Scream TV series? Did anybody watch
I did, actually. Yes, I did. Let me tell you something. If you thought Scream 5 was bad, the third season of the MTV Scream is some of the worst slasher you'll see. I'm just letting you know.
Didn't that get funded by somebody? Like, didn't that get funded by Beyonce or something?
That probably is a good reason.
Beyonce
probably explains everything.
Beyonce.
Here's my thing, though. How the fuck
she
is
MTV... so overrated. I can't stand her.
To the left.
Well, they didn't have the rights to use the Scream mask in the show, so I think that.
Is that why it looked like? But wait, in the third season they did.
Yeah, I think somebody bought the rights. I don't know if it's Beyonce or somebody, like an artist or something like that.
Shut the fuck up.
What?
I heard that too.
You okay?
You're talking to Daniel Craig, I think.
Couples have arguments all the time. It's okay.
All right, Wild Man.
Is everything okay?
Oh no, Daniel Craig got him.
Harry Styles spit on you.
Yeah. Beyonce is overrated. She's overrated.
Yeah, she's from
our. Is Beyonce on the list along with Daniel Craig? Can we put her there?
I liked her in that movie Obsessed. Her and Idris Elba.
Obsession with Idris Elba.
I like that movie.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Idris Elba is a fucking badass. I mean,
yeah.
If there's one guy I want to see play Bond, it's Scott Adkins or Idris Elba.
That reminds me. Did you hear about what the producers said about the next Bond?
What?
That they're gonna make him like explore more of his emotional side.
Oh come on! Don't make Bond like a fucking human. Don't humanize.
Don't weaken Bond, you motherfucker.
Oh my god! Jeez.
I thought they were gonna make Bond a female. That's what I heard for a while too.
Leave James Bond alone. Let him be who he is.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm tired of this shit.
Don't turn James Bond into a woman. Don't have James Bond.
Don't make him transgender all of a sudden now.
Please don't.
Bond is going back to the old thing. Bond is Bond. What you see is what you fucking get.
Don't make him eat avocado toast and eat soy.
They're gonna turn Bond into a Chad.
Like I said, the best way to bring Bond to the new age is make the films R-rated and Bond as a martial artist. Get Scott Adkins. Enough said.
Scott Adkins would own all the people and all the pussy. Hard Boiled is amazing. It's my favorite action movie ever made.
Very good.
It's
I have
incredible.
the video game, which is a sequel.
I
Stranglehold.
do too. I have Stranglehold on PC. The name's Jane Bond.
Oh God!
Listen, Wild Man. I know you don't like Daniel Craig, but here's the question: Daniel Craig or Jane Bond? Come on.
I have to go with Daniel Craig. Yeah.
Okay, good. At least you're giving us that.
Has
no,
he
but
played the
seriously,
most James Bond? Like, has he been in the most
No,
movies?
Roger Moore's the person who played Bond the most. Roger Moore played Bond like a shit ton of times.
Yeah, but nowadays people give him shit because his version was too cheesy and corny. He's part of the fucking legacy, and the man is dead. Give him the fucking break.
I liked Spy Who Loved Me. I mean, I thought he was a good
He said
Bond.
that's his favorite. He even said that was his favorite.
Well, that's my favorite.
Because,
I mean, that's actually the only Moore I've
that
seen.
showed that he wasn't trying to be Sean Connery. He put his own spin in there. That's why he liked it.
You know who's underrated? George Lazenby. I think he was a good Bond.
He had moments. I just didn't like the movie.
I think he.
I mean, it definitely had a sad ending. I'll give it that.
The issue is he only did one. I think he should have done more.
Yeah,
I just think the adults should have done more and then Pierce Brosnan can take over after him.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that a lot of the Bond stars? Have you noticed that a lot of the Bond stars, outside of I think Sean Connery and Daniel Craig, a lot of them do direct to video afterwards because Timothy Dalton does that. Pierce Brosnan does a lot of direct to video work, and I think Roger Moore did a lot of weird movies after Bond. Oh. What? I'm sure Wildman. Oh!
Wildman, what do you got to say to this? Oh man!
Oh, Johnny Jerry, that's the comment of the day.
Is that your team favorite?
Does he wearing a Speedo?
What, man?
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah, we can barely hear you, man.
Oh wow!
Please, no, I don't have a poster. Please stop, Johnny Jerry. Please stop.
I'm messing.
We're just messing with you,
I
man.
know. I'm playing along.
That is funny. Yeah. Johnny Jerry got the comment of the day, dude. Hands down. And that is the comment of the day.
Johnny Jerry, are we sure you're not having the time of your life with Daniel Craig?
All right. Wait a minute. What if Johnny Jerry is Daniel Craig?
Before we wrap up.
Yep. Yeah. Before we wrap up, does anyone
I was
have
gonna
any...
ask. I was gonna ask Wildman, how much would it take for you to if it's like a commentary on No Time to Die, would they get somebody? How much
would someone have to pay to do that?
What's your price? Do you have PayPal?
I have PayPal, yes.
What's your price?
For a No Time to Die commentary?
Maybe
$1 million?
Million, but no, I know no one has it.
What if you can star as a buddy in a Bond film? What if you're a Bond girl in a Daniel Craig Bond movie? Would that make you feel better? God, this is just I'm sorry. It just doesn't get old, man. I'm sorry. Oh God.
Do we have any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts? Before we have any closing thoughts, I want to thank Horror Boy for joining us as a first-time guest. Definitely glad to have you on here. Hopefully we see you again. Definitely gonna check out your new channel.
Nice to meet you.
And thank you for the sub. And thank you for the sub, bro. And nice to meet you, man. I like your content, and I'm gonna follow you on your new channel for sure. Definitely. And then me personally, I'm working on content myself. It's just that with school and work, it's just a little bit of a time, limit. But I'm hoping to get into that soon. Maybe I'll do a Blu-ray collection. Maybe I'll do a Blu-ray collection since I have quite a few. So maybe I'll do that. And then final thoughts. Fuck, don't worry, darling. Fuck the woke. Dale, I'm gonna start a fundraiser for $1 million. So eat your words, wild man. And then last words. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to John. Happy 33rd birthday. Have a good one, my dude.
And many more.
And many more. And then fuck Ezra Miller. And then Buffalo.
Yeah. And one day, Steven and Matt Thomas and I will do Broken Arrow commentary.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll let you know about that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. I love Broken Arrow.
Yes, give your thoughts
And
to
then-
John Woo and Jonathan Volta and Christian Slater.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
Happy 33rd. Thank you, Johnny, Ryan, DJ, Alter for when he was here. Thank you, everyone. This is a lot of fun. It's always fun to be here. Hopefully we do this again soon. And just had a great time. Have a good night in all seriousness. And great chatting with you guys. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to. I really. It's always fun with you guys, especially John. Happy birthday! You're one of the best people I ever met on YouTube. To chat with you about movies and everything. You're a very intelligent person. You have the goods. You got everything, and it's a pleasure to chat with you.
Oh,
Happy
thank you,
birthday!
Man.
And to John, you're the best guy. Happy birthday. Best guy next to the Rob ETN guys that watch on here.
Thank you,
Scotty and Horror Boy, do you have any closing thoughts?
Okay, well, John, it's always a pleasure, interacting with you and with Steven, Deep Fried Wildman, Bobby. Yeah, it's always a fun time with us. Just giving our thoughts on everything, and we just want to, even if we don't agree on everything, we can just still, chill and relax, and you know what, let the good times roll.
Absolutely,
yeah.
And
fuck
all those assholes, especially the actors and producers who are trying to
and the pedophiles
down our throats. Take
and
your
the
agenda and
trolls.
shove it up your fucking ass for all I care.
Yeah, shove it up
Yeah.
your ass.
Shove
And
your
then
fucking
finally, Horror Boy, what are your thoughts on the first time
deep
on the
fried.
stream, buddy?
Well, it was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for having me on. Happy birthday to John, and it was great talking with all y'all. It's great meeting you guys. I've talked to you guys, at least a couple of you guys before, but it was good hanging out and chilling with you guys, and hopefully I can, join again sometime and out with y'all. It was fun. Thank you for having me on.
We'll
I
definitely do
appreciate
this
it.
again. And I know some
is
people
awesome.
often ask about, like Matt and Mike and Fabio, and I know their playlist full sometimes.
Yeah.
I know Fabio had his hands full tonight, but
Fabio had his hands full tonight. Holy
Yeah.
shit! I'm gonna watch that right after this. Holy shit!
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of it. Yeah, that's pretty intense.
Oh boy. All I gotta say to that is all's fair in love and war, but I know that Fabio won. Fabio always wins.
Yeah.
I don't know if Wildman caught what was going on, but
Wildman, did you see that?
What happened?
Fabio had like a face-to-face with a troll on his stream.
yeah.
No
Like,
shit.
I'm not kidding you.
Interesting.
And they were
They
like
had a
having a back
heart-to-heart
and
with
forth. I don't know what the end game was. Don't spoil it for me.
The end
I
game,
wanna
like
see
a I missed that.
But no, it's just crazy shit.
You're saying that Fabio snapped him out of existence?
Yep.
Maybe,
He was
yeah.
like,
hopefully.
bye.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, for those who, disagree and agree, let's just all get along.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. This isn't
Mhm.
fucking rocket science. Opinions differ. So, yeah.
It's all in good fun.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, but you don't have to shit out.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
So that's there. I love you guys, and
You should
God
just
bless
all
America.
chill and just
Mhm,
relax
let's just
and
all
just
chill, and not like
not
Ezra
give
Miller
into
together.
trollish behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
must
not get
not
into,
give into the dark side. So yeah.
do not give into the dark side. That's what Palpatine wants. I mean, have you seen that guy? He was a fucking creep.
Yeah.
Stay,
just
stay
like
balanced, like
Kennedy.
Angelo Russo says. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's just the end of the day. And John, lastly, big man, what are your thoughts on the stream?
It's been a lot of fun. I wish I could go on a little bit longer, but I think I would be fighting it. If I go on any longer.
And it'd be kind of weird
but-
since we already just said our goodbyes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
but I had a lot of fun tonight, and
Yeah.
we'll definitely do more of these.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and if I decide to do a live stream, y'all should definitely come by and just.
Dude,
I'll be
notify me
there.
of that. Hell yeah, I'll be there.
And
One day
Yeah,
we'll let-
Scotty.
and Horror
one day
Boy,
we'll
thank you
let-
for coming by.
wait.
I wish Quinn would have been
Oh,
on.
no
I don't know
problem,
why
man.
he didn't come on, but I think he was busy with something. So
Yeah,
there
and
you go.
shout out to Matt Thomas. I know he
Shout out to
was-
Matt
Most
Thomas.
definitely,
Yeah.
Matt. We miss
Yeah.
you.
Shout out to
I think I subscribed to Wildman. Wildman is your channel icon an alien?
Yes,
Like
it
an
is.
alien head.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
he
I
is an
subscribe.
alien. He's from Mars.
Yeah.
I live
Also,
on
shout out to
Mars.
June.
Get your ass to Mars.
Yeah, Junebug. Yeah.
Shout out to Junebug. Would have loved to have you here as well. Gabo.
Oh, most definitely. Junebug is a great guy. Very
Ty is his
Gabo.
name, so yeah.
Yeah. Right for target. Right on target. Yeah.
Right,
Quinn.
yeah.
Gabo.
Gabbo. Yeah.
Gabo, that would've been
amazing
cool.
guy.
Amazing guy. Everyone's an amazing guy. Just got to be nice.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
wonder-
Don't troll, and you're cool with me.
Robbie TN.
But thank you guys again, and
this is John's birthday, everyone.
Happy birthday. Happy Halloween. It's the month.
And if
Happy
and my birthday's coming out in 2 months, so maybe who
2
knows?
months.
Maybe I'll do one.
Is
You
yours
got
in
to.
December?
Yes, it's in December 16th, but maybe before that.
Yours is a day after mine.
Oh, dude, sick! Really?
Yeah.
We should
Mine
do a
is-
collab.
might be
mine-
a back-to-back
mine is-
yeah,
stream.
no
Mine is
collaboration.
December
We
1st.
should do a collaboration birthday stream, and we'll invite
Yeah.
all y'all.
Mine is December 1st, FYI.
December 1st.
Oh.
Mine's
David.
November 17th.
What? There's
Damn.
3 of us that have December. Wow.
Wow, that's crazy. We should all do collab stream. Invite them all.
Yeah.
Of y'all. Anyway, so
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
But thank you guys again, and Alec Baldwin, you're off to jail.
You're off to
Yes.
jail. Ezra Miller, you're off to jail.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Amber Heard,
If they find him.
you're off to jail.
And see you guys later.
See the
Adios.
stars.
All right,
Good night.
Veda's in the Minjay.
Stay awesome.